And we are live. Oh my god. Oh my god. We are live. Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream of Mike's birthday.
Thank you everybody. Thank you.
Oh, good.
All right, we are so excited to be here. And everybody is settled. Everybody looks so fantastic.
I just don't have a grey shirt.
All right, so today we will be playing Honey Heist. I've had this one on the back burner for quite a while now, and I'm so happy that we're going to get to do this. We have a whole bunch of bears trying to do a whole bunch of not normal bear things. Because when you need it, you gotta have it. And that's what we gotta do today. We gotta get our honey on. Okay, so anybody, you wanna introduce yourself?
Oof. Probably. So
All right, probably.
why don't we start from the left side?
Yeah.
All right, so Nairi, starting with you.
All right. My name's Cherry. I'm a retired show bear, and I got into Honey Heist in a while back, but I don't do that anymore. Except, maybe this one last time.
Alright folks, I'm Bubbles. I'm kind of new to this game, but they brought me in. I'm ready. I'm excited to do stuff. So, yeah.
I'm Willie, and I'm a retired thief, and I've been brought back to do one more job. Hey.
Oh, my name's Necessities. Some people keep throwing around the word washed up, but I'm just, batting below average right now. I'm here because everyone needs to bring their bare necessities for any job.
Right. It's good.
All right, so now you've met our bears. Let's set this scene. So at the beginning of this day, you have heard the immense ruckus from around the distillery. Honeybeard Distillery is an age-old distillery that specializes in honeyed wine and mead. They have their own apiary on their farm, and they do their own distillery right there on the grounds. This place has been run for the past 300 years by the same family, and 100 years now straight, Augustus Honeybeard has been the patriarch for this family. Now turning 100 years old, the family is finally going to gather itself together to celebrate this wonderful occasion, and at the same time, the Honeybeard Distillery will be changing hands over to Augustus's son, Larry. Larry Honeybeard is a whole lot different than his father, though. Never quite the same this place will be, and never the same will the bears be in the surrounding countryside. As Larry is, well, a bit of an ass. So we begin today's game with all of you gathered on the outskirts of Honeybeard Distillery at the edge of the apiary in the woods. You've all received word to assemble from your brainy leader. And now I suppose it's time for you to discuss exactly what the plan is.
All right, you guys.
What
So I
up,
guess-
bros?
The bottom of all this is that we've got a lot of honey to get into. But first, we gotta get close to it. We gotta find it. In order to find it, we need to get in there. Nice and quiet. What can you all do? What do you prefer to do? What's your safe spot out there in the field?
Hey, you know me pretty well, boss. From back in the day now. So stop asking dumb questions, okay? Hey?
No, I leave that to you, honey.
Somebody say honey. What honey? Oh, we got honey. What?
We're gonna get honey.
Oh, I thought you said honey. I thought there was some now. Sorry.
Now, we're supposed to, like, you said there's a big, celebration thing going on, right?
That's correct. Right now, the Honeybeard Distillery is celebrating their founder's 100th birthday, and they are going to have a massive party with honeyed sweet treats and special things from all around the globe. It's all honey. Honey, 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 honey.
What can we see from here, Mike?
You are on the edge of the apiary, which means that you can see lots and lots of beehives. But the whole thing is surrounded by a large electric fence that has never been there before. Something that's only gone in the past probably couple of weeks as Larry is taking over the apiary.
Is it still under construction?
Hey, it looks like it's still under construction. You're not a velociraptor, but I bet you could test it.
Well, I'm the muscle, so just tell me where to hit.
Well, I think first we need to get in there somehow. And once we do, it's gonna get a little tricky. See, they're gonna be swarming all around this celebration.
Like bees around honey.
Yeah, exactly like bees around honey. Thanks. So we need to blend in. In order to blend in, we gotta dress like them. We gotta walk like them. We gotta talk like them.
I don't know about you, boss, but you're a bit heady.
Speak for yourself.
We've got this. Have you seen some of the humans in the city? They're
Yeah,
worse than us.
man.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We just gotta dress up fancy, which, shouldn't be a problem.
Well, you're the boss.
All right. So you
Okay.
said that the wall's still still under construction, yeah?
Yeah, around the apiary. Now, if you move closer to the house, then you'll be closer to the distillery, which is not walled in. It's intentionally left open so that people can come in and enjoy, the distillery tour. They can sample their wares. They can buy things. So you can try and go through the apiary, which is sort of a harder in. But there aren't any people there because they're all busy minding the party. Or you could try and go through over closer to the house, but there are going to be more people, just less sort of fencing and things like that.
Are there any other areas around us, like any houses or anything closer, nearby?
You know what? Make a criminal check for me.
Okay, you got it. Yeah, that's a win. I got a 2.
Awesome. Okay, so go ahead and put a point into criminal.
Oh,
Mike, do you just take what you roll, or do you add anything to it?
You just take what you roll.
Okay.
It's just whatever you roll, you just have to roll below your current number in that stat.
Oh.
or equal to.
Yeah, but equal to or lesser than.
Cool.
Okay. So, yeah, you look around, and while you don't see any other houses or things like that, you find what looks to be an old abandoned, like a Winnebago, like a motorhome caravan type of thing. It seems to have been lost out there in the brush of the forest.
See, what I'm looking for is any kind of abandoned clothing, blankets, sheets, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you can
Any
definitely
old forgotten laundry.
You can definitely investigate that for that kind of thing. Looking around inside of the motorhome, you find that there are probably maybe about a dozen or so outfits in varying sizes. Look like they once belonged to somebody that lived out this way. Some of them are a bit tattered, most of them are a bit aged, but they definitely look like human clothes.
Now I have to ask, is there any picnic baskets? Someone had to ask that.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a picnic basket sitting on the table inside. However, it is empty except for a thermos.
Tracks.
Alright, I'm gonna start pulling out the clothing and stuff and laying it all out and be like, hey, okay, these are human clothes. These should get us just fine. Take your pick, and, your size.
Okay. Do we roll now?
Yeah, so if you're gonna try and disguise yourself, that is a criminal roll.
Okay. Odd.
I rolled a 6.
Okay, so you maul your clothing while trying to put it on. You are unsuccessfully dressed as a human, covered in tattered scraps of clothing.
5.
You too are unable to figure out clothes. It's just the most saddening and horrible thing. Your head is stuck in the armhole of the shirt you tried to put on. You got a 3. Yeah, then you're able to find yourself a nice little outfit.
Excellent. I sort of, I think it's like a really big knitted cardigan, like some hideous cable knit monstrosity, and like taupe and brown and green. Not that I can see color.
And it's got a little bit of moth eaten away at the edges. Yeah.
But it has pockets, so
very primo.
Nice.
Love the pockets. Okay, and Cherry, are you also going to try and put something on?
Yeah. Nope.
Awesome.
What'd you get?
5.
Yeah, so yeah, 3 of the 4 of you are just absolutely lost at the idea of putting on clothing.
I would have thought washed up and the retired bears couldn't put the clothing on.
Yes, it's the new bear to the job that totally pulls it off.
Beginner's luck. These tattered things are a little bit too flimsy. They're tearing easily. They'll do until we find something else, I guess.
Oh, Jade? I will throw something at you just in case you might want this instead. Instead of just a moth-eaten cardigan, you find, because you rolled just dead on, it's more like turn of the century, but you find a valet's clothing. So like you find the kind of clothing that you would wear if you were somebody's driver.
Cardigan comes off, and I just sort of like struggle into that.
Complete with driver's cap.
Excellent.
There you go. Awesome. So now you have a driver and 3 bears in tattered clothes.
Can I go see if the engine works using my driver stat
You
on
can.
this Winnebago?
You can.
So I roll 2 and take the lower, yeah.
That's right.
And my criminal went up because I made the last check, yes?
That's correct.
Okay. Yep, 4. Made it.
Awesome.
Does it
Do I now go up to a 5?
Yeah, so you go, and there's no keys, but you stick one claw into the ignition and turn it, and you hear a crunch and then a as it turns over.
Boss!
Yeah.
It's working. I could drive this in.
Perfect. You know, I think we might be able to find something a little bit better inside the house. But that's going to be dangerous unless we go, you know, where they like to sleep.
You mean the forest, boss?
No, where the humans like to sleep. In their rooms.
Oh,
They're
the room
so
bed.
specific. I mean, honestly, just a pile of leaves is just a lot more comfortable. Anyways, I think we can get close with this. Good job, Bubbles.
Yeah, at least the gate's good for something.
I look at my paws and try to work out if there's a way that I can give the finger.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
What's that? Do you have like something in there, or is it a little bit of honey, eh? No.
Just glare at you.
All right. Is it possible to get? Here's the thing. Is it possible to drive over the fence with the Winnebago to push it over?
Only one way to find out.
Or if you can get it close enough, we can just hop over.
I'll climb on the roof and jump over.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. How tall is the fence?
It's about 5 feet.
I mean, I'm taller than that. But...
Yeah, I mean, it's not a very high fence. It's really just meant to deter you. It's not meant to keep you out. I mean, if they put up like a proper fence, then it might like restrict the amount of bees that want to go back and forth.
So drive through the fence, drive next to the fence, we can climb over. What are we doing?
You could even try and drive in through the front drive into the actual house.
We're trying to make it inconspicuous. What I'm thinking is if we go around the back from the apiary, we can climb up, or at least I can climb up, get a bunch of better clothes, throw them down, we can get dressed, go through the front entrance, get into the party.
Question, Mike.
Yes.
My criminal stat is already at 5. Can I go take a shit in the woods to get a point back in Bear?
Well, you can do a flashback to a time where you did bear things in order to get a point back in Bear. So you would have to say that you were going to recall something and then describe to us a bear thing that you did.
I really don't want to go into detail about shitting in the woods, quite frankly. Bring back some upsetting camping memories. Nah, I'll leave it for now. I'll bust into a beehive in a bit. Eat some honey.
There you go. All right. So you are the driver. Bubbles,
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Okay, I think. How far is the apiary sort of from the crowds? Like, if I just crash through a fence, is it going to make loads of noise?
It's not going to make a lot of noise. And the point that I made is that there's nobody in the apiary right now. I mean,
Okay.
it might be a thing that they have something to do with later, but right now, the guests are only just starting to arrive, so
Mhm.
they're all up in the house, and the people that
Yeah.
are working the event are all close to the house near the distillery.
Okay, then I will make sure everybody is aboard, and I will drive the Winnebago through the fence.
Woo! All right. So you put paw to the pedal to the metal,
Mhm.
and you can hear the engine sort of groan as the wheels begin to spin,
Mhm.
and then it sort of jerks, and you're jumped over what was a log underneath you,
Mhm.
with a loud thunk, shaking everything in the back of the Winnebago,
Mhm.
as you launch at about probably 45 kilometers straight through the like electric fence.
Mhm.
Make a drive check for me.
Okay, guys, this is actually bad because if I make this check, I then hit 6. So
Do you get a point every time you make something? Or is it just when a plan
It's
goes
only
on?
when it's criminal or bear.
right. Oh,
Oh,
so I don't
so-
need to worry about gaining a point here.
Yes.
Oh,
You do
okay.
not.
Do I take the lower on this one?
Yeah, we'll say yes.
Okay, then a 1.
Okay, great. Yeah, so you you haul through that fence and it snaps, and you can actually hear the sizzling sound of electricity as it passes by your open window.
Mhm.
And then you come to a stop as the Winnebago crushes into one large beehive. You are now inside the apiary, and the windshield is covered in honey.
I climb out and start licking up the honey.
That's a very bear thing to do. Put a point in bear, take it out of criminal, put it into bear.
Excellent. Okay.
All right.
Alright.
So you're now inside the apiary.
Is there, I forgot what they're called, like the,
Beekeeper's outfit?
no, not that. The thing alongside a wall that sort of keeps vines on it
Trellis.
to grow.
Ladder.
Trellis.
Is there that kind of thing going on, or any pipes or anything that lead up to a second floor of the house?
You mean like, well, so in the way that it's sort of layered, you're in the apiary right now, and the apiary butts up directly against the distillery, and then the distillery butts up against the house.
Okay.
So the apiary, there are vines that lead up to a second floor window of the distillery.
Okay.
I'm still licking honey off the windscreen.
Yeah, absolutely.
I take a bit of honey with my paw and start licking it and moving.
No, I
over.
do not. I do not. No, he was a dick to me. I don't let him get the honey.
If you're not going to let him get the honey, then you need to roll bear.
I will growl at him. And... 2. So I'm fine.
Fantastic. So you gain one more point in bear, and you attack Tom.
Mhm.
Tom.
That's the other polar bear you've got to attack, not me. So
Right. Right.
I'm the good-looking one. So let's
So
just.
you are obviously you are obviously attacking a polar bear. It's not really clear which one it is because they're all so interchangeable. What are you going to just let that happen?
I'll fight back.
All right.
I will use terrify.
Ooh.
What is that?
It's my thing as a grizzly. It's my bear. It's my bear skill.
We can swim.
Yeah. Polar bears swim. Black bears
Woo.
fly.
Polar bears also don't eat honey, so.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna be particular about it.
Can I use my thief skill to steal some of that honey?
I'll allow it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. That's a 2.
Yeah, that'll succeed. Yeah.
Okay,
So
Do I add into criminal, or since I'm
no,
at
no,
thief?
you don't do it with that. So yeah, while you are being terrified, you stumble back. Oh no! And then grab a handful of honey and turn around and run off like you're scared. And you've got a whole mitt full of honey.
I lick it as I walk over to the wine thingy.
Okay.
I look over to Necessities and go, hey, can you give me a boost real quick? I want to see what's inside. I want to see what I can see.
Okay, I can give a boost. Do I need to roll anything?
No, you don't. That's just like them climbing on
Being
top of you.
A bear.
Yeah, that's just existing. So
I'm good at that.
okay, great. So yeah, you climb up on the side of the wall, and then Cherry, you're gonna climb up on the back of one of 2 indistinct polar bears.
Yes, and then and then I'm gonna sort of like try and pull myself up to a window and see what I can see on the inside.
Okay, so you can now see in the second floor window. Now, the second floor window looks down into the distillery. You are looking down directly below you, directly below the window is a catwalk. There is no real second floor, but there is an interlacing catwalk that goes across the whole building. And the catwalk itself will take you all the way from one side of the building to another. There is a small office up here, 4 walls and a door and a window that looks into the distillery as well. And then down below, there are just vats and vats of honey that look like they are in the process of being boiled and distilled down to their most pure form in order to make the mead.
Hmm.
Can I start climbing over Cherry and inside?
So you're gonna climb up Necessities and then over Cherry?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah, okay. So are you gonna... The only place to go at this point, unless you're trying to climb to the roof, is to go through the window.
Yeah,
so
through the window, yeah.
Okay. So, Cherry, you are looking through the window at the scene inside, and as you are watching, all of a sudden another polar bear climbs up over your back and through and tumbles onto the catwalk inside.
Hey, move, boss.
Oh God, what are you doing?
Hey, there's stuff inside, ain't?
Yeah, but
I'm gonna get
we need
some
to
of
be
it.
careful. No,
Sure,
we're gonna
boss.
be careful.
Yeah,
They're
bye.
boiling.
I
No,
walk over
I'm gonna
to
try
the
and grab
office.
them. I'm gonna try and... Can I just sort of like and try and grab them?
Well, so if you're gonna try and grab him, that will be a bear roll.
Okay. 3. Wait. Oh, damn it.
What's your bear score?
2.
Yeah, that's not a success. So you reach out to grab onto Willie, and Willie slips through your fingers, and you are left barely clutching onto the the window ledge. You've wiggled so much at this point that that Necessities has fallen out from below you, and so now you're just sort of hanging.
I think at this point, my frustration, would my frustration, give me a point in bear now? Because I'm kind of frustrated with how it went out.
Yeah, I'd say that gives you a point in bear.
Okay, and I'm gonna try and pull myself up and move through the window
Okay.
with my climb.
Okay. Make a climb check.
Alright. A 3 and a 5. So 3.
So yeah, 3. Okay, that works. So yeah, you pull yourself up and into the building through the window. Bubbles, what are you up to?
Are there any like doors on this lower level, or like big vents, like to let all the hot air out, or anything? But I don't fancy climbing. I want to try and Winnie the Pooh this shit and go for like a vent or something. A convenient hole in the wall.
Bear-sized vent.
Yeah, a grizzly bear-sized vent.
Right,
You know,
because
like
those
all
are in every
distilleries
building.
All
Can we just make it a
like,
polar bear size so I can fit as well?
in every distillery?
Fantastic.
Not all buildings, just distilleries.
Just-
like
of course.
ventilation is important. Otherwise, you get explosions.
Right, obviously, like when they're designing the building, they're like, could you make it possible that the air vent is large enough for a grizzly, maybe a polar bear?
Yeah.
And of course, the building, the planning commission is like, absolutely, of course, that's something we always do.
No, or is there like a delivery
On distilleries specifically only, of course, but yes, definitely.
No, but is there like double doors for like vehicles to collect the honey, or
Yes, actually, there's two positions for vehicles to come into. There's a set of doors that sort of roll up, like metal doors, and then on the opposite side there is a loading platform, like at a warehouse, where they will push the pallets onto the back of trucks.
Okay.
So-
Oh, which one of those is like less out of view of like the festivities? I'll take the.
That would be the warehouse entrance.
Okay. Head that way.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna
that.
follow Bubbles.
Okay, great. So that'll be around the sort of the left side of the building.
Mhm.
And now you get to this side and you see there aren't any people here, but the door, there's a side door, like a human-sized door, that appears to be propped open with like a brick. And then there's a large door that is used to roll up so that they can forklift the product onto the trucks. And that one is closed, but the smaller door is open.
I'll sort of head over to the smaller door and like get my claws around the edge of it and like go in with the nose and try and get it open, and then
Wiggle
Go
in.
go up onto my like back legs and then just sort of sidle in, like
Right.
sucking in
I
my
mean-
bear gut.
I mean, and obviously, and you're wearing people clothes, so no one
Yeah.
would think this is weird.
No, not at all.
Okay, fantastic. Now, necessities, are you following as well?
I'm not in people clothes, am I? No.
You're not, and there aren't any people around that you see, but there's no telling what you could run into inside the facility.
Is the coast clear inside when I go through?
When you go through, there are two people.
How nearby? Like right there?
No, one of them is about 30 feet off, and is in the middle of checking the one of the stills for strength. And one person is walking behind them with a checklist, sort of making notes as they're going through the distillery.
Okay, while they're not looking, I'll like reach back out through the door and like beckon necessities in.
Oh, I'm muscle. Can I try and take him out?
You can.
Like with a karate chop, just knock him out quietly.
So Bubbles, you wave necessities in like super sneaky, and necessities comes in and sees the scene and immediately wants to just bust skulls.
I'm picturing like the cartoon bear with like its face on the ground, backside up, just pushing along quietly.
Okay, awesome. So you come to these two people that are not looking at you. They're looking in the opposite direction. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna karate chop one of them
Okay.
and then try and kick the other one
Okay.
Everybody
Okay,
was kung fu
to prove I'm not
fighting.
washed up.
Okay, do it. Do it.
How do I do that?
So you karate chop one of them, and when you karate chop the first one, the sound of a person falling over is followed immediately by a shock of the second one turning around to look you dead in the eye.
So I need to roll. Is it?
You need to roll criminal if you're going to continue with your sort of Jackie Chan ninja maneuvers.
You get 2d6 because he's the muscle.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Roll 2d6, and I take which one?
The lowest.
The lowest.
Yeah.
That is a 3.
And your criminal score is
3.
fantastic. So you succeed.
Yes.
So yeah, you how do you want to do this? You want to punch him? You want to kick him? What are you planning?
First guy karate chop.
Yeah.
Next guy just kick.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna kiss both my biceps as I'm done because
Yeah, so
you bring the necessities.
you karate chop the first one. The second one turns around, shocked, and looks like they're about to scream. And you rear back and kick them in the middle of the chest and send them flying across the warehouse, hitting the wall and going ooh and passing out.
Bubbles claps from where they are. He's like sat on his butt, just like.
Congratulations, you have now taken out 2 humans.
Would you say the plan worked so that there is an addition of criminal for necessities?
Or is that for everyone? I don't know about that.
For everyone that had a hand in the plan, they would.
Yeah, I think so. Everyone, like the 2 of you, should get a criminal, and then
Another one, so I get 2 points.
And then the other.
We check this.
Just-
You only get them for like frustration, greed, the plan going right, or when you move stuff between, not just for rolls.
Okay, so just the one.
Yeah,
Done.
just the one. And then the other 2 of you, Cherry and Willie, you're up above on the catwalk, and as you are sort of maneuvering your way along the catwalk over to that office, Cherry, you spy down below that there are 2 humans that are conversing with each other in a language that you don't fully understand about the contents of these giant stills. And then only a moment goes by when you see necessities sort of sneak up super sneaky like and karate chop, sort of body blow kick them across the warehouse. Willie, you on the other hand, you reach the door to the office and the office door is locked.
Can I use one of my claws to pick the lock?
You can. So you go and wiggle your claw inside the lock and you hear it sort of snap.
Uh-huh.
And your claw comes out clean, but the door lock sort of falls in to the edge of the room. And you can just sort of pad the door and have it swing open at this point.
That's why you have me around, boss. There you go.
Yeah.
So you're inside of the office right now, and inside the office you see that there's a bunch of paperwork. There are 2 desks. One of them with a really large, fancy, high-back chair. One of them with just sort of a regular chair. And it looks as though these are the desks for the people that maintain the distillery, the people that run the place. You notice on one of the desks, there is a set of blueprints. The blueprints detail the newly installed vault that is housing a bunch of very special things that the curator of the distillery has put aside specifically for the festivities today.
Hey.
Including about 1,000 sugar-crusted honeycombs, there's a molten honey fountain and a rare bottle of Pangean Mead, brewed from honey saved from the very first bees on the planet.
Hey, boss. The bread blues are here. Wait, for the box safety.
I'm gonna go look.
Yeah,
That's our thief saying box safety.
I like
exact-
print blues. I'm gonna call them print blues from now on.
Yeah. So you see exactly what I described to him. It's
Do
got
you know what this means?
It's got everything all detailed out, all the security, everything.
I put my paws on Cherry's shoulders and get close, and I'm like, boss, this is like the Honey Gate. Do you remember?
I remember.
Are we having a flashback? Is that what's going on now?
No,
Sure.
really.
If you decide to do a flashback, both of you have to describe exactly what that was, and then you both get a point in criminal.
I would say it's a flashback to the last of our jobs, where we lost the rest of the party.
Oh yeah, how did you
Maybe-
lose them?
They.
I guess it was one of the. Mhm.
No, you go on.
One of the best jobs to be involved in because it had such a big mother load of honey, but we lost them because it was far too secure for us, and we didn't want to risk ourselves, and so we decided to live to heist another day.
They got drowned in boiled honey.
Oh, that's a terrible way to go.
And we learned not to touch that stuff until it was cool and sweet enough for us to eat.
Now I don't know if I can trust these two.
Hey, this is happening in the office all the way up
Right.
there.
This is above you.
Can while this is going on, can I find like a cask of, is it mead? Just mead
Yes.
they make, or do they make like, okay, I want to go, well wait, because I've not been given any instructions and I'm very new to this life of crime, and there's lots of really nice smelling honey beverage around, so I want to break into a cask and start drinking. Like
Okay.
just like crack through the top of a cask of mead and start like shove the snout in and
Oh,
go
yeah.
at it.
So, on one side of the distillery, there is like already pre-packaged, pre-measured, finished bottles of mead, and there are also large casks and kegs that have been prepared. And then on the opposite side of it, there is a general collection tank of
Mhm.
unprocessed honeycomb that is just stuffed full of honey, that's sort of lining the walls. It's all to be broken down and stripped and then turned into the liquid.
See, pure honey sounds good, but the Jade player really wants to try and get my bear drunk.
Oh, and that's totally fine. So yeah, you
I'll
bust.
go up to I want to go to a keg and like crack the spigot off the side, and just like as it starts pouring out the side of the keg, just like stick my mouth on the side of it and suck, like do a keg's, kind of like doing a keg's.
It's more like a keg sit.
Yeah,
you,
like sit down.
as you put your big bare butt on the ground and just put your mouth across the
Yeah.
front of the keg and start drinking in all of the liquid that's pouring out.
Yeah. After a bit, I'll put my paw against it, just like, necessities. Do you want some of this? It's really good.
Okay.
I'll wait for them to get nearby and just go.
Yeah, and a geyser of mead just spouts right out and hits you in the face. You are now just drinking gulp after gulp after gulp, and between the two of you, it takes no time at all to finish off one whole keg. Yes, so
This is why you don't leave children unsupervised in a brewery.
Yeah.
You hear the sounds from outside as though somebody is coming back to check things.
I will
Is this from
struggle to stand up, like on hind legs.
The two people that you knocked out are still wearing their distillery gear, complete with face masks to prevent hair and breathing into the mead as it's being brewed. So you could try and wear their clothes.
Is this from the door we came through?
Yeah, they're about to come through the door that you came through.
Can I remove the brick?
You could.
I want to remove the brick.
Okay, yeah, you remove the brick and the door slams shut. So that'll buy you a little bit of time, but these people likely
Now
work
we can
here,
get changed.
so they probably will come in eventually. You hear them from outside, rattle, rattle, rattle on the door. Do you have the keys? I thought you had the keys. No, I don't have the keys. You're the one who always keeps the keys. Well, today I'm wearing my fancy slacks. I'm not going to keep the keys in here. It's going to ruin the lines. All right, fine. I'll go get...
Boss! We got company,
What?
Boss!
Shh. All they're gonna hear is rah
Right,
rah rah.
right. From the outside of the building, it's...
Sounds like machinery. Yeah. Exactly what machinery sounds like.
I look down. I look down at the distillery, and I look at the bodies. I look at them.
I point at the door.
Quick, dress as the bodies and make it look like they did this.
Okay.
Okay. What?
So is this criminal to get dressed?
Yeah.
It would be criminal to disguise yourself.
I kind
I
of
love
have
that
a disguise
sentence.
already. So, but
I
I'll
love
try
that
it.
sentence.
You
Is
know-
it criminal to get dressed?
You don't have to change if you don't want to. You have clothes. It's just, do you think that you could pull it off better in a chauffeur's outfit or in the outfit of someone who works at the distillery?
I will get changed by keeping my driver's hat because I think it's.
I'm going for the full outfit.
Okay.
And I'm gonna drag the bodies next to that open car so it looks like they're drinking on the job.
I in trying to put the new clothes on, just tore it in half.
Oh, yes, that.
I succeeded.
Whereas I did not, so I think I'll just try salvage one of the masks with one claw and just try to hook it over my snout. The outfit
Okay.
in ruins, but one
Okay.
the little mask over. So a chauffeur with a mask on.
Right, got it. Okay, so your chauffeur with a mask on, and then somebody who obviously works at the distillery, who needs a shave. Otherwise, everything's super. A moment goes by, and the door opens up, and in walks it looks like one of the distillery workers, who's now in fancy dress, and a very rich-looking individual. Stands about 6'1", big, bushy, like yellow-orange beard, big coiffed yellow-orange hair, spinning a long gold chain with a key that looks like the end of it is a large honeycomb. Just broadcasting it bright and shiny right there in front of you. I am money and I belong here.
Mike, are there any like boxes or anything heavy up here?
Not up there. No, everything up there is really just management.
Is there
Whoa.
a coat
There's-
rack?
A coat? Yeah, there's a coat rack.
Bears are pretty heavy.
You find there is a like a rain slicker and a rain hat, and then there's a bearskin coat.
Bearskin coat, of course, because it's grim and horrible. But
Right, that's
I mean,
terrifying.
Grandma!
Just
Best
just put on your
disguise.
just put on your human leather coat. It's fine though.
Hey, I'm a bear, and out in the wild, you have to learn to survive any way you can. And if you're intentionally looking like a bear, It helps.
I mean, anyone who's seen The Princess Bride knows that the brain is obviously the most twisted of all of them.
Mhm. This is
She's
true.
been in this business for a long time.
Some
The
would say
bear wearing
too
business.
long.
Yeah.
She's forgotten what it means to be a bear.
Come on, just bear with her. It'll be fine.
Hey. Yeah, I'm gonna put on the coat,
Okay, super.
and yeah, I'm still looking down just to be sure that everything's fine.
So whereabouts are they to us down here?
So they are technically like right above you. You just can't see them because there's a floor up there.
And Mr. Rich Moneybags,
Is literally just walking through the door you came through.
did we move those bodies?
No, we put them in front of the keg to make it look like they were
that's
drunk
right,
on the job.
okay.
So they're now in their underwear, passed out in front of the keg.
Covered in mead.
and one with torn clothes all over him.
It was a rad. Good night. They party hard. Here
They
at the
party
bar.
hard. There is something else that this guy had than mead. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, so they walk in and walk along the leftmost side of the distillery, directly up to these two half-naked bodies soaked in mead, and just stare agog, like under. Why would? Is there no security around here anymore? This is unbelievable. I'm so sorry, sir. We will get this cleaned up immediately. And
Immediately.
The worker begins to walk off and call on a radio that he's got in his pocket, as the rich guy looks down at them and goes, "You know, there's something to be said for good health these days." And he looks over at Necessities. "You look new."
He just barely got here.
I think Nairi just took a point in bear because of that joke.
He walks around the still directly up to you and pokes one big finger into your chest. "There's something about you I don't like.
Can I kick him in the groin?
Oh my god.
You can try. That's a muscle, I guess.
So it would be 2 rolls.
Yeah.
5 and a 4, and my criminal's 4.
So that succeeds. So he comes up and pokes you in the chest and goes, "There's something about you I don't."
Can I take a cabinet from the office?
Sure.
Yeah, I get it out of the office and wait for the other guy to, push it onto him.
Get in place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Necessities kicks the rich guy, and he's now doubled over in pain. And as he screams out, the other guy on the radio runs over to see what's going on, and is now standing about a foot away, maybe 2 feet away from Necessities, still not quite sure that there's a bear in that outfit.
But I'm going to pretend to be shocked and have my paws up by my head, like, oh no.
Oh no, what happened here?
Can I push it about now?
You could push it, yeah. There's a chance that it would hit Necessities, though.
Remember, I'm the better looking one. You got to remember.
Oh, you're right. There's a chance you'd hit Willie, though, Tom.
Oh.
Well, I guess it's necessary in the situation to do it, so I'll just push the cabinet.
Okay. So you go and push the cabinet end over end, and it flips midair. Bubbles, for just a moment, you see this cabinet coming down end over end, and it looks very much like it is about to hit Necessities.
I will grab Necessity and like pull him backwards.
So you pull Necessities back. I want you to make a roll for that.
Sure. Is that survival? Is that like my primal bear instinct to
We'll
act
call it bear. We'll call it bear.
Okay.
Gotta love a game where there's only 2 stats.
Yeah.
5 and
Did
I've got
not-
4.
Did not go well, huh? Okay,
No.
so here's what happens. Your bear instinct kicks in, and you rush over as fast as you can to get Necessities out of the way. You knock him out of the way, only to then be the one hit by the cabinet.
Ooh, thank you.
So the cabinet lands and
What?
breaks to a million splinters, forcing you to lay down on the ground. So you are now laying down on the ground in a sort of Slavian like driver's coat and hat and a mask covered in splinters, groaning.
I like try to shake off the splinters and like do a full-on bear big dog wriggle to shake everything off.
4 more members of the distillery come in and see what's going on, and immediately rush over to the attendant that had been with the guy in charge, and they're like, "What happened?" And he goes, "Well, obviously there was an accident here in the distillery. We need to make sure that things are doubly as secure. Go and make sure that they've turned on all of the new security cameras right now." So 2 of the guys rush off, and now the attendant and the other 2 guys go and pick up Bubbles and begin to carry Bubbles out. "Don't worry, we'll have to get this one to the infirmary."
I like try to go, no, it's fine.
You are far heavier than they imagined when they started picking you up.
Can I do like that thing that like kids do when they don't want to go, like go limp
Dead weight.
and full dead weight?
Yeah, you can totally
Like
do that.
fucking 750 pounds of grizzly bear, just like.
Yeah, so when you engage full frump mode,
Yeah.
the lack of bodily assistance allows you're in about the bottom 2/3 of your body to lay slack against the floor as they start to try and heave you out of the way. The attendant drops to your legs, unable to help any further, and goes back over to Necessities and the rich guy as they try in vain to pull you along the floor. You feel your chauffeur's pants are beginning to tear and pull off of your body.
I will use Terrify to get them to let go of me.
Okay.
In bear, I will tell them to fuck off, basically.
Right, yeah, gotcha.
Sounds like them.
Right.
So. Yep, double 2s, so I'm fine.
Awesome.
So I just let out this massive sort of unwieldy like roar of just like, yeah, I don't want to go.
Right. You hulk out and your mask breaks and
Yeah.
your tail pops out through the back of your chauffeur's pants, and you both of them immediately drop you, shriek, and run out the door.
Boss, I might have blown our cover. We should maybe move quickly.
The rich guy sits up from the floor, gone from almost out cold in pain to immediately alert. Bears.
I'm gonna drop down on him.
Do it.
Ass first, I'm dropping down on him.
I move to the van.
1,
Wait, what? Okay, there's a lot of things going on at once. Okay, so Naira, you declared that you were jumping down first.
Yes.
So you're gonna jump down first. Okay, make a criminal or a bear roll. We'll call it either. This could be instinct. This could be training. This could be a lot of things.
I already rolled for it. Should I use that or roll again?
You can keep the roll. That's fine.
I got a 1.
You got a 1. Awesome. Yeah. So he looks up at the lot of them and immediately goes, "Bears!" And then Cherry falls down on top of him. Why did it have to be bear?
I just sort of do this so that he can stop talking. Just sort of push him further down. Look up at Willie. Grab the blueprints.
I
He's got a key. He's got a key. The rich guy.
Looking down, I just
Yeah,
grab the key
so-
when I see
So
it.
the way that you're sitting on him right now is you're sitting on his chest. His legs are sticking out in between your legs. And so his keychain that he was swinging around is to your right side on the floor, sort of dangling from a chain that attaches to his belt.
I'll take it and I'll just sort of rip the keychain
Okay.
away from his belt.
Okay.
And then, yeah, like after having told Willie to go get the blueprints, I look down at the guy, the rich guy, and lean in. And in bear, I whisper, "No one will believe you." And I'll hold it up.
Oh, that's good.
I move back into the office. Is there any jacket? Or something
there-
with pockets?
There's a rain slicker with pockets.
Can I put
Like
that
Mac.
on?
You could.
Okay. Terminal.
No, you don't have to roll for that. Since you're not doing it to disguise yourself, you would only
Okay.
have to roll for criminal when you're trying to act like you're disguised.
Well, I rolled a 2.
Okay. You are successfully wearing a raincoat.
Yay! And I put the blueprints into it, and I move into the ventilation.
Okay.
Polar
Awesome.
bear in the vents.
The movement of ventilation will take a criminal roll.
Okay.
So what you get? Okay.
And
so
I have
you,
2 in criminal, because...
You sort of pull the front of the vent off and stick the front half of your body in and promptly get stuck. So you're stuck with your bare butt and legs hanging out the back end, unable to move out.
He Winnie the Pooh.
He pooed himself.
I immediately start pooping
Oh my god.
in case I am able to shrink myself to get through.
Oh,
Cool,
okay. So you are anatomically a go-gurt now.
Oh.
Awesome.
Oh, does a bear shit in the woods? Apparently not.
Does in a distillery though.
All right. Necessities. We haven't heard from you in a bit. What are you doing?
So that rich guy,
Yeah.
you said he had like what color beard?
It was sort of like a yellow orange, almost like a honey toned beard.
So if I got into his outfit
Yeah.
and scooped some honey and put
Yeah.
it on my chin and on my head,
Yeah.
I could be the rich guy because my fur's white and it'll stain yellow.
If you rolled well enough, you could convince people. Yeah.
I want to try that.
Okay.
It's so good.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's criminal.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna call it a criminal check for you to dress appropriately like this person.
Please do well.
I got a 3. My
Okay.
criminal
Yeah.
skill is 4.
Yes. Yes.
I'm a rich guy.
You are. You
I'm
now
a
look,
rich man. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
you now look like Larry Honeybeard.
Oh yes. Can we call him Barry Honeybeard?
You can now.
people only growl at people, don't they? I can get through this whole stage.
Larry definitely does.
So this is with a bit of honey on my chin and on my
Right.
head to try and give us that yellow
Right.
tinge he's got going.
Right. Yeah. No. Totally. Okay. So you are now personified as this honey type, magnate. Man, I wonder if there are honey magnates in the world now. Okay, so and Bubbles, you are on the floor,
Mhm,
a little hulked out,
mhm,
dealing with having a cabinet thrown on you.
mhm.
What are you doing?
I will sort of like try to shake off because I'm probably a bit drunk. Sort of like stagger
if
my
you-
way.
If
Back up
you
on-
weren't, the hangover is definitely kicking in now.
I try to like shake myself up. Shake it off, Bubbles. You can do this. This is the job you were made for. And I sort of like waddle my way back over to
To the group.
to Necessities and Cherry.
What you walk over to where Cherry is sort of making doubly sure that this guy is not getting up or moving anytime soon. But you
He was down
played
naked.
Yeah, he's totally naked. Cherry is just sort of grinding into him to keep him to the floor, and now Necessities is dressed as him.
That is a good look for you, Necessities.
Oh, thank you. What type of bearskin coat did you grab?
Yeah. Oh yeah, good question.
It is a panda bear skin coat.
Because we could put that on Larry and say that's the bear.
Yeah, okay.
That-
Okay. Taking it right off, putting it on Larry.
Okay,
People call me washed up.
so he is out cold right now, covered in a mixture of honey and probably whatever was stuck to Cherry's butt, and is now draped in a panda bear coat.
We should probably coat him with honey some more so it sticks.
Right, yeah, just
Can I
layer it on there.
try and I'm gonna rip off some of the fur, like lower parts, like from the hem, rip off some of the fur from the coat.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take some honey, slap it on the guy's face with actual slap, just slap it on
got
his face,
Got it.
put the fur on his face, and then maybe take one of his stinky socks and shove it in his mouth.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so you finish doctoring this guy up just when a group of people that work for the area sort of slam in through the door. The big metal door rolls open in front of you, and there are a bunch of other men that come in. And they look directly at Necessities. Sir, where's the bear?
I'm going to point at the panda and the growl. And then
Oh, so ruthless. We'll take care of it, sir. Don't worry. They grab the panda bear by the feet and start pulling him back out through the rolling metal door and throw him in the back of a big metal van. Oh, my head. Oh, God. Oh. They slam the door. Yeah, okay, bear, whatever you say.
With the sock, does it come out as like?
Between that and the massive kick to the chest, he really is not able to speak very well right now.
Hey boss, where's
Sir.
Willie?
You
Oh,
smell
yeah.
the wafting smell of bear shit from up above.
did my criminal skill have to go up at all?
No, not for that one, because that you rolled to pre-disguise yourself, and the people that came in didn't question it, so you don't have to roll
Awesome.
that up.
Mike,
Yes.
Can I have a flashback in which we
The last time you were stuck inside of a
for the
tube.
last time I was stuck in a vent
Okay.
and remember to like use my saliva and make myself like extra slick to move through and like breathe in and get everything.
Awesome. So yes, go ahead and move a point from bear into criminal.
I had five in bear.
Dang.
Yeah.
It's the best time for you to move that then.
Yeah.
So yeah, you move a point from bear into criminal, and you are now able to go and spit all over yourself to try and lube yourself up. Man, I never thought in my life I'd say those words. Okay, awesome. So
Do we hear like a clanging in the vents now?
you hear a mixture of muffled and the sound of banging.
Do we see where the vents go?
You wouldn't be able to see the vent from here.
Oh, is it like not? It's not an external vent. It's like an internal vent.
Yes. The vent in the office would have gone across from the distillery towards the house, but that's covered up by the catwalk, so you wouldn't be able to see it from the floor.
Okay.
So what are we doing now? Where are we going?
We need to. We need to go find Willie, but
That's a really bad idea.
you're fired.
That pun was just too unbearable, Tom.
I can barely contain my rage.
Come on, guys. This is a very grisly situation we're in.
We can't be here forever, so we need to move.
Oh my god.
You really do need to have a good plan to move on.
Hey.
We're just polar opposites.
Oh.
Why?
Sorry. This puns went on forever. No need to honey badger you. Come on, brains.
Can we go upstairs to where I last saw Willie and
Absolutely.
see if yeah.
Yeah, so Willie is in the air vent, frantically licking himself, pooping all over the floor, stuck from his back hips all the way back.
He's turned into a brown bear, has he?
He's turned into a brown bear.
Or more of the circular back area is
Right.
brownish.
Oh.
No,
It's like if you pulled a marshmallow off of a s'mores.
Oh.
Oh god. Okay. Willie. Willie.
Yeah, Willie, you can hear the muffled sounds of your breath.
boss. What?
Can we see, is it far into it or just like maybe a foot into the vent?
He is like, well, so he's a full-grown polar bear. So you only see like his back legs back. Everything else is in the vent.
Oh, the back legs are outside the vent?
Yes.
I thought we had already determined vents weren't
they're
bears.
doing like this.
Hey,
Should we have
Necessities.
something back out of there?
yeah, Necessities, can you help me? And I'm gonna grab one of the legs.
Just
Yeah, I
Just
guess
push.
because I'm also like, oh,
Just push. Push.
Just push.
No.
Oh, it's gonna be worse.
It's gonna be so much worse.
I'm just gonna pull first, so that we can
I'll
actually
grab
get
the
an
left
idea of where
leg,
we're gonna
grab
go.
the right, and we'll just.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're both gonna pull.
Yeah.
Okay, so you both pull as hard as you can, and you hear an audible pop sound as Willie comes out of the vent, now smeared in what was left on the floor from all the way up his belly. And his head is covered in saliva that has spiked his hair straight up. And he's wearing a yellow raincoat.
Well, at least he's prepared for the shitstorm.
Hey! I'll look between Willie and Necessities and just like, I can tell the difference between you two much easier now. You got different outfits. Good luck.
Yeah, the outfits.
Looks like everyone's finally dressed up.
Oh,
Only
Cherry's
one
not
of us is
anymore.
shit face right now.
Hey. Yeah, no, Cherry got rid of her coat, so she's the only one who's not wearing it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Did we knock out anyone else nearby?
They ran off.
Oh, there's that outfit I was in before I swapped to
Mhm.
Oh, true.
Larry's.
I could go back to that.
I assumed you had, because they came in and checked to see
Yeah.
if there were bears in here.
That makes sense.
I thought they just listened to me when I pointed to the panda and they just ignored the black panda. Just that one.
She was in the
Just-
shadows.
Just ignored the black bear that was sitting on top of the panda bear.
Yeah, let's say that
So
was
we've
the
got those
case.
Prince Blue, right?
Yeah.
Let's
We got
let's just
Let's see the Prince Blue.
I take the
Okay.
Prince Blue out.
okay. So you're looking at the prince, and you see the details for the vault. It's apparently in an area in the basement of the main house. It is completely laid out with a closed circuit television system to monitor all of the comings and goings. It also has a pair of armed guards. And one of the most unbelievably horrific looking vault doors that has ever come in between a thief and its prize.
Do they
Beyond but beyond the door, it has a moderated temperature, almost like a humidor. It comes with a direct tap into a private reserve of honeyed wine and motion sensor controls for if any of the things inside leave with the alarm still intact.
Are we able to discern? Is the blueprint just of the map, or has it got like electrical and stuff on it?
It's got electrical and everything.
Okay, so the way I see it is we gotta kill the electrics.
I can hack into that.
Can you?
You know,
You
Yes.
just got stuck in a vent. I got not a lot of faith in you right now, Willie.
Yeah, vents
Yeah, there's
are really
also-
my thing.
You're covered in your own shit.
Well,
We've had enough of your shit, Willie.
you gotta bear with me.
You know.
at least we know that we can handle ourselves when shit hits the fan.
That might be my favorite point in this game so far. I mean, you're covered in your own shit, Willie. You sure you can do this?
I love Willie.
Well, we are bears. We
Oh,
sometimes get
great.
covered in our own shit.
Maybe
Is
you
there
do,
a
Mum.
pool or anything?
Do what?
Is there a pool?
Not anywhere near here. There is a large cauldron of bubbling mead, though. You could push him into what's essentially a jacuzzi of honey wine.
No,
Oh
I'm
my
more just
God.
trying to work out why I have the swimming skill if there's no swimming.
Oh, none yet.
Oh, cool.
Yet.
Because
Yeah.
I think I know who's going to go swimming.
Well, that's gonna go swimmingly.
Looking at the schematics, I'll roll criminal for this. Is there a way to see like what the power source is?
The entire house is hooked up to its own separate power grid
Mhm.
that is maintained by a solar farm on top of the distillery.
So if we did that 3-man climb,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. You could get to the top.
I
of
don't
the
want Willie
distillery.
climbing on me.
Everybody wants to give Willie a wide berth right now.
Willie, you're definitely the bottom bear now.
Then we all have to climb over him. But he's got that raincoat, right? So
Yeah, on his back, he'll be fine.
Well, Willie kind of has to climb over to the roof if we want him to deal with the power.
But aren't we just gonna like destroy
is
it?
it destroying it? Because I destroyed some people today.
I mean, if you want to know for sure, you'd have to make a criminal.
Can I quickly, like, look back for a second and be like, you know, I used to be a show bear, and back when I did all those things for people.
I'm just
when I did
picturing you
all
on one of
those-
those big circus balls.
Yeah,
Dangling.
basically. How did I get so good at climbing? Back when I used to do all these crazy things for people, I remember they used to broadcast these things on big, shiny pieces of glass. They called them PVs, I think.
Sounds right.
Sounds right. So, they also had a lot of those that showed different parts of the places. If they see us from those PVs, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble.
So we need to cut the power then. That way they've
Yeah,
got
we
no
need to-
TVs.
Yeah, and we need to be careful. Because we don't want to cut all the power and tell them what's going on. We want to just cut the PVs and everything
But-
else that might alert the people watching.
What about the
PVs.
alarm?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, 'cause we need to like cut all power, sure. But we could make it look like something happened, solar panels. Fixing it, we can like go into the vault, yeah?
Yeah. It
Uh,
can
I mean,
make a
like-
distraction.
I mean, like Willie's already covered in shit. He could just like roll around up on those solar panels and block all the sun, so they don't work no more.
Yeah.
I just-
Mike,
Yes.
do I see on the plan if there's a battery?
There is a battery.
Would I be smart enough thief to know that the battery powers up everything, not the solar panels?
What is your current criminal?
Fuck.
Like 2?
2?
Yeah, no, you don't know anything about that.
Fuck. Goddamn.
To counter, I'm just gonna put my paw up for everybody and just be like, yeah, just give me a minute. I'm feeling a little rumbly, and I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna find some honey and I'm gonna choke it all up to counteract the effects of the flashback because I did not pay attention to what that was gonna do to me. So yeah, I'm gonna eat some honey to keep my bear levels intact.
Awesome.
But wouldn't the circus bear bit be a bear move?
It was. You moved 1 point from criminal to bear, and now
Oh.
eating more honey got you more bear.
Mike,
Okay, good, better.
Yes.
Mike, can I use the shit on the vent to move through?
Oh.
Why
You're
would
the
it move
shit,
through the
Willie.
vent?
You're
As-
the shit.
So use your own shit as what, a lubricant?
Bear poop is not wet. It's more like
It isn't. It's
What if I pee
dry.
on
It's bad. Oh my god, I hate everything. I hate everything. I hate everything.
We're not spitting on you, Willie.
I am really like, You should never use shit to lube up Willy. Like, it's bad.
Oh god.
His name is Willie.
No,
I'm dressed as the boss, though.
there's no way that you would be able to get through the vent.
What about she's a lot smaller.
Guys, can we stop for a second? Okay, someone speak.
Hello?
Okay, cool. Well, I think it's okay.
Mike and Jay were a bit robotic.
Yeah, there's a little bit of robot going on.
Yeah.
Robot bears.
Do we want to maybe jump on?
I'll try to improve things by turning off that music.
No. It's on Discord. Discord.
I know it's Discord, but it might be a bandwidth situation.
I don't know. Maybe if we try to jump on Zoom with audio.
You can give it a shot.
Yeah. Go. Hello?
There we go.
Okay, that's better.
Test.
Hello? Okay, cool.
Hello.
Now use a vet much louder than you were before.
Yeah. Cool, that's better. Alright, we can continue.
Cool. So yeah,
Well,
there's not a way that Willie you're gonna be able to fit back inside that vent.
Not as a whole bear.
No, you would have to go in as parts of a bear.
Okay.
That's even more disturbing than just a shit-covered polar bear. It's a shit-covered polar bear carved into pieces.
That's what we doing, boss.
Oh, we gotta get to that power and cut it off.
I have a key.
That'll get us into the vault, won't it?
I don't know.
It doesn't really say on there what the key does.
I mean, fair.
If we find.
Well, you look like the big boss, so you could just walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh,
There's only so much instructions I can give as rah 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 rah.
You could point and,
Can I bring my driver and the employee?
All right, Green Hornet, Kato, go bring that.
And we got this distillery worker.
Right.
and then you have a bear.
I'll
And a
take
bear-
care
a bear.
of the electricity.
Oh, if you're going to do that, can I go back down to where there's some people unconscious and try and see if there are any radios left?
Okay. Yeah, the people that were in there that have been knocked unconscious and then drunk are without any type of radios. You do find a clipboard and a pen, but that's it.
I eat the pen.
Absolutely. The pen is delicious. It tastes mildly of plastic, and your mouth is now bright blue.
Excellent.
That's what my face was yesterday until now. So
I will grab one of the smaller kegs of mead and head back upstairs. No
Okay.
radios. Sorry.
we could have you deliver the meat to the vault with me.
Suppose. I mean, this was sort of for me on the road, but I guess.
Just gonna go put back and put it into Winnie.
Yeah, it's like loading up the Winnebago.
Now, there's just a little thing that I'd like to bring up. How are we gonna get all that honey out of there? We need something to carry it out.
Forklift. Are there any forklifts in the distillery?
Yes, there are plenty of forks lifts.
That's what they're called. They're forks lifts. I could take one of these up to the. I can get one of those lifty thingies, the moving lifts, and
Right.
a moving lift.
Oh, the lift fox.
A lift fork.
Oh, those prong pickers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can take that. I think we need to give those guards at the vault a distraction. Maybe what we can do is walk up to them and just be like, "Hey, there's a bear, go to the distillery." And then when they leave, we can bring the lift fork, whatever it's called, the big
Fork.
thing, lift fork, and then we can, yeah, Willie.
No, I was trying to get Mike's attention.
Oh.
I give them the print blue and go over to the window and try to get up.
Okay. You're out. You're poking your one half of your body out the window, and you're looking around, and you see that the trellis actually goes all the way up to the roof, so you could scale it if you made a bear roll.
Ooh. Motherfucker.
You roll a 6.
No, a 5. And
I
wait,
did it.
what's my bear? Wait,
4.
4.
Because
Yep.
you did that flashback.
Yeah,
Just spit on yourself.
yeah. God damn it.
So you reach outside and hook your claws into the trellis, and then immediately sort of zipper all the way down to the floor. You are now on the ground level. The trellis directly up to the roof is now just destroyed.
Fuck. Can I move around the building?
Sure. On the side of the building where the rolling metal door is, there's a ladder that brings you up to the roof.
That's what I do.
Okay.
So,
So you go ahead and you climb the ladder, and you are now up on the roof. There's a series of solar panels and some large wires that go from the solar panels off across this roof and onto the roof of the main house.
So on the main house there are some solar panels as well.
It's not solar paneling. On that side, it's all batteries.
Ooh.
Very large batteries and capacitors that are used to take in all that energy that the panels are taking in. And then they use those batteries to then power the house.
I'm going to hack the solar panels.
Okay. Are you a hacker?
No, I'm going to literally hack them.
Oh, got it.
Ah.
Okay. So then make a bear roll as you put claws to panel, and they are shiny and slippery, and they get scratched really easily.
Dry.
And as you put weight against them, they don't just scratch up, which really would stop the panel from working, but they sort of crack and break under your weight. So yeah, you have now disabled 2 of 8 panels.
I'll keep on hacking.
Okay, so back to the rest of you.
so what are we doing? Going over to the vault with the boss man.
From where
Which
you're standing,
boss?
you see the lights in the area begin to flicker.
That's either a very good sign or a very bad sign.
Yeah.
But it
You know,
is
I
a sign.
Yes. Agreed.
This definitely means a thing.
Alright, Bubbles.
Yeah.
Here's what you do.
Okay.
You're gonna find a lift fork. and
Okay.
You're gonna take all of it.
Okay.
Alright?
Right.
And Necessities and I are gonna go to the vault. And Necessities, you're gonna try and convince them to leave us alone while we deal our business. in the vault, and I'll carry in the honey into the vault with you.
Okay.
Once they're gone, we get the forklift lift fork, and we carry out the load of honey and the treats.
Is this no power gonna stop your TVs, your motion sensors, your temperature control?
But if you're the boss, it don't matter because you're allowed in there, right?
You can tell the guards to go look at the power problem, see what's going on.
And see a crazed man doing a rain dance up there.
Covered in shit.
I'll believe it.
In his yellow coat.
What? So does that mean you want this barrel then? There's more downstairs.
If you give me that barrel, I'll give you 10 times more when we get out of here.
Yeah, but I've got this barrel now.
Take a big swig.
Isn't there more barrels down? Can't we just grab
Yeah,
another one?
There's definitely more.
Yeah, but
Can't we just grab another
No
one?
matter who's lazier.
Right, fine. I've got to go downstairs anyway. Have it.
You can take 2 from downstairs now.
I'm gonna. I head off to go find a lift fork.
Okay. And
Oh, should I have to go too to get the outfit that Necessities was wearing before they. So we
apparently you're in it, remember?
No, you're in it. We retconned it.
We did? Okay. Then
Yeah.
never mind.
You should probably get the clipboard so you can.
Yeah. There's no pen anymore, but there's still a clipboard. I did need the clipboard.
Clipboard on top of the barrel.
Yeah, so if you're going to grab the clipboard, on the clipboard, it has a list. The front sheet is a list of all of the current vintages that are being distilled. The second sheet is a list of all the party guests. The third sheet is a list of security codes. And the fourth sheet is a list of the current contents of the vault.
I can't look at the security codes.
Okay. Yeah, these security codes are the ones that would get you past the security to get to the vault.
Smart.
Are they in a bare vocabulary or?
They are pictures.
Oh yes. Of what?
So there are 3 distinct like picture coded locks that you'll need to get past. The first one is a picture of a honeycomb, and then a picture of a stein, and then a picture of a flower.
Honeycomb stein flower.
And then the second one is a picture of a honeycomb, and then there's a picture of a bag of money with a big money sign on the side of it. And then there is a picture of a bear. And then the third one is a picture of a stein, and then a picture of a bee, and then a picture of a honeycomb.
Okay.
Now, you have the keys or the codes required in order to get you to your score, and all you have to do is get into the main house.
I have a key for that, I think.
So are you going to approach out the rolling metal door, or are you going to approach out the door you would initially come in?
What do you think, boss?
Which one was closer to the front of the house?
The one that would put you at the front of the house is the same door that they had initially come in. You would have to walk out to the front of the house to go in that way. If you went through the rolling metal door, you would be at the back of the house.
I think back. Let's do this nice and quiet.
Yeah, we don't want to disturb the guests with our keg.
Yeah, and if they see us, they might want to talk to you.
I've got human speech down pat. I think we're good.
One of the best I've seen.
That could be washed up for a reason.
Okay. So you head towards the back door. Now there are lots. There
We
are.
covered in shit, and now we're up to the back door.
There are lots of sort of caterers and party planners and whatnot that are coming and going very quickly, not really paying any attention to you because they're in the weeds right now trying to get things set up. It's enough that they notice that you are probably the same guy that they met earlier that is in charge of everything and is a complete and total jerk, and that you are wearing the outfit of someone that looks like they deal with the distillery, so fuck off, we're going to keep going doing our thing. So you are able to head in through the back door very easily. Once you are in the actual house, though, you are now in the kitchen. Huge kitchen, marble countertops. The floor is looks like some sort of African rosewood, but it's been inlaid with a pattern that looks like honeycomb. The cooks are all working like just nonstop. None of them even look up from their stations to even acknowledge you. You see that over to the left-hand side is the study, where there are several party guests that have all gathered around to meet with the birthday boy. And then over to the right-hand side is a much larger gathering area that looks like that's where they're going to be preparing tonight's meal. So those are your two entrances. Which way are you heading?
So we can either go through where
You
the
can either
meal's
go
gonna be
through an
served.
area that looks like it is populated, or one area that looks like it isn't.
I practice my
Second one.
queen wave.
Right.
Just
You got to go from the wrist, elbow, wrist, wrist, elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, elbow.
we just gotta get the whole, in case they see us, I can just
Yeah.
In another life, I was a beauty queen too.
In this life, I was a beauty queen. And
Is
they
this a
didn't
flashback?
appreciate me No.
Well, where
Not
are
an
we going,
official
boss?
flashback. Well,
Do
Can
we
I see
remember the blueprints or the print blues? Where we go?
You've got them.
we've got them.
Do we? I don't think I can just pull out the print blues if I own the house.
Well,
You could be very drunk.
If you own the house and you are as big of a jerk as people have made out to be, you might very well do it and then wait for someone to come question you. Yeah, come say something. Let's have a conversation about who's in charge here.
Well, you're the boss. What are we doing?
I'd say let's go the quieter route, but we should be fine. Yeah, let's go with the quieter route.
If we get caught, I've got an idea.
Okay.
Okay, so you head through into the what looks to be a very large, lush dining room. It's about the size of a concert hall. There are tables laid out and decorated for the occasion. Wildflowers, small and large jars of honey, big displays that look very much like honeycomb that are carved out of ice and sugar and things like that. You also see there is a door to the left of you, like immediately as you walk in, that has a lock on it. And then there is another doorway dead ahead of you as you walk in that leads you into the foyer, where there's the staircase that would be leading up and down.
What type of... Would my honeycomb key fit the lock?
You could try.
Wouldn't I be able to tell? It's a vast difference between a simple...
Well, it's not that the honeycomb goes in the lock. The honeycomb is on the end of it, and then this side there's a key. You're right. If there was a honeycomb key, that would be a vastly intricate lock.
So yeah, it's a shot.
Try it.
Okay. Yeah, it unlocks it. Just
I was asking the bar. Oh, it works. Let's go.
yeah, it actually unlocks it immediately, and the door swings open, and the light comes on as the door opens. You are now looking into what looks to be a private study. There's a daybed on one side. There's a large, sort of an ornate, bespoke leather and wooden desk. A big red leather desk chair that is draped in a bearskin. Huge bearskin rug on the floor. There are giant stuffed bears along the side walls and big bear heads that have been mounted on the ceiling, looking down at you at an angle. And a collection of guns all along one wall.
I've just got like the Vietnam chopper flashback going on.
Yeah, actually, you both need to make a bear roll because this is frustrating as hell.
Oh man.
A bear roll or a barrel roll?
5. I need 2. I can barely handle this.
Yeah.
4, and I needed 4.
Okay. So you're getting by, but it's not a good place where you're at. The person that you nicked this key from, definitely this is a private room of theirs.
Ugh.
I didn't hit mine.
You so you, when you see all of this, feel the sudden urge to sort of just break something. And
I trashed the room.
yeah,
I'd like to see someone come and tell me fucking stop it. It's my room.
right. So you
I'm
gain
a birthday boy.
you gain a point in bear, and this fella just wrecks this room, Cherry. As you are watching, this room is literally just getting destroyed.
I'm gonna walk forward and I'm gonna try and sort of stop him for a second, get his attention. Hey, necessities. Hey, look at me. Look at me. You looking at me?
Yep.
Okay,
If you
just think for a moment. This is making a lot of noise. You know why people get washed up? Is if they mess up on a job. Think about the time you got messed up on your job. Think back for a second. Just think about that time.
That's every job.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, the washed up muscle.
Oh.
Think about the last time, all right? What happened
Come on.
that actually, you know, topped the cake? What was it?
That stopped me from going crazy.
No, the last time you did something wrong that messed up the job. What happened? What went wrong?
I killed someone.
Oh.
I shot a kid.
You want to talk about that?
Wasn't
I'm
even
trying to-
part of the heist. Sorry. But how did you not say just forget about your worries? Because it's the bare necessities.
Just don't forget about your worries.
Look for the bare necessities.
I'm
So
just-
what?
Metagaming Pigeon over here, I'm trying to get him to have a flashback.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I
I was
caught.
having a flashback of a kid who wouldn't give me his picnic basket. So me and my old partner Yogi,
Yogi being better at this because he's smarter than the average bear.
I killed the kid. He took the blame. Yogi.
Oh, he got life imprisonment at a national park.
There's his head up there.
I guess this is the perfect point to remind everyone at home that this is not a stream for children.
Oh, as if all the shit-covered Willy jokes didn't already establish that fact.
Hey
Let's
now,
figure
hey
it
now.
to the back door.
Shit-covered Willy went in the back door and he's figured it all out.
Oh. Let's move on from that conversation.
Okay, so
Later.
All
I'm
right.
only making noise, but I'm the birthday boy. No one's going to talk to me.
You're not the birthday boy. You are the birthday boy's son.
Yeah, well, what's Dad going to do? He's old. I've killed a kid. I can kill a father. We're all good.
Right, okay. Never mind. Sure, yeah. All right. Far be it for the GM to argue with a bear. Okay, so let's take a moment and we're going to go back over to Bubbles.
I have steadily, and as quickly as my fat little grizzly ass will let me, I have been loading up any barrel or keg I could find
Okay.
of the mead into the Winnebago.
Okay.
Ready to, sort out my own private stash for later, which,
Okay.
by the fence. So I've just been doing that, probably keeping an eye out for Willy in case he needs help, but making sure that the forklift is kind of ready. I should sort of beep, 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 getting that towards the back door as well.
As you're loading things up, you come back to get your next load of honey, and you find that there is a sort of grizzled old man standing in front of you, looking at you questioningly. What exactly are you doing here? Hmm? No. I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
It's obvious from your attire that you're in the wrong place. You need to come with me. We need someone to be at the front of this so that they can lead the promenade when the man of the hour decides to come out and head into his limousine.
I roar at him. Make him leave me alone, because I panic.
I love Bubbles is the new person to the group, and when everything goes wrong, it's just immediately, let's terrify them.
It's what I've got.
Who left Bubbles alone?
You did!
I'm not the boss.
Okay.
Mama Bear didn't raise no fool. When in
So-
doubt, yell at people.
So go ahead and roll it.
Roll bear, yeah.
Yeah, roll bear.
Yeah, I'm gonna go too.
Okay. So the the old man immediately goes wide-eyed and pale.
I sort of grab him into a bear hug, and I don't try to kill him. I just want to kind of squeeze him until he shoots.
Oh, wow.
Just till he falls asleep, right?
Forever.
Okay, Batman.
Not neck, just sort of like, or just like hug him, like mount, and just like find somewhere to put this old man.
People get very sleepy when they're fighting me. Sometimes they have to take a nap.
Yeah,
Yeah. Time to hibernate.
yeah. It's a long winter.
It's just
Winter is coming.
right. Sun's getting real low, buddy.
Nice.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, you bear hug this old man until he stops being able to yell.
I'm not trying to squeeze it until it cracks. Just
Bah, 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 bah.
I shake to check that he's not going to wake up.
Just throw him there.
Okay, and then I'll go hide the nice hibernating man somewhere.
Right.
In the Winnebago.
No, that's where my shit. That's where my stuff is.
In the shit-filled air ducts.
Well, the office seems like a good. Yeah, just like.
Right.
It's so bad at this game.
Oh, we're very good at this game. I'm not entirely sure.
Awesome. So you push an old man who may or may not have just suffocated to death into
Oh,
the
God.
air vents
Yeah,
and go back to loading honey into a Winnebago.
yeah.
What is this game?
Grant Howard, this is on you, mate. Like,
Okay, awesome. So yeah, you're in the middle of loading up the Winnebago. Now, Willie, from up on top of the roof, you've now taken out about half of the solar panels.
Just half. Okay.
Just about half. It's enough that the security for the house, the security cameras throughout the house begin to blink off. But there's something more important that draws your attention as you're about to go and begin work on the second half of those panels. You can hear the sound of a helicopter.
Uh-huh.
And then you hear the recoil of a rifle.
I run.
Get off the roof, get off the roof, get
I
off the
run
roof.
on the other roof, on the one of the house.
There is a blast that follows you, one shot after another from up above in the helicopter. There is a man that is mostly naked with a long ginger beard and musk ginger hair, firing shot after shot at you. From this distance, you can't make out exactly what he's saying, but it sounds something like, translated, it would be, bear!
I zigzag over on the other roof of the house.
Okay.
Is there like any entrance to the house?
From the roof?
Like
Yeah,
a skylight.
is there like
There isn't like an entrance straight through the roof, but there is a window that would lead you into the attic.
I crush through it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you just bust right through the window, and you're now in the attic. And in the attic, you find that there's just tons of old clothes and old like belongings. Lots of long forgotten, dusty things. What you find that draws your attention the most immediately is it looks like an old seamstress's dummy that has been covered in the finest clothing you've ever seen. Clothing so fine that's never been worn by a human, at least as far as you can tell.
Can I disguise myself?
Certainly. You can put it on, and if anybody ever questions it, you can make a roll.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So you dress yourself up, and to give you a primer on exactly what you look like right now, it's like Louis XV, like full powdered wig.
With a shit smear on your face.
French dandy.
Right.
It's not on the face, it's on the belly.
It's on the belly.
Oh, those clothes are ruined.
Up to the chin.
Nope.
Racing stride.
Got it over here.
Like a reverse skunk, white with the brown stripe.
First skunk bear.
I take it and I move downstairs.
Okay. So you move. There's a stairway that leads you down to the next floor, and you open the door, and you are now on the second floor of the house. The majority of the party is going on down in the first floor. From the second floor up here, it's mostly bedrooms, closets, bathrooms, things like that. Okay, so back to necessities and Cherry.
Did
Yep.
the flashback help necessities at all?
Well, so yes, it should have moved one die from bear to criminal.
So did me failing everything before put one from criminal to bear,
That's correct.
and then I go back one to criminal.
That's right.
So it's like I never went to bear.
Right. It's like
Okay.
you, for a moment you got more berry, and then you're like, never mind, it's fine. Calm down.
Sorry. Sorry.
Do your deep breathing exercises.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, roar. 1, 2, 3, roar.
Did we hear the gunshot?
You would not have heard the gunshot from inside this room. You're too far inside.
Okay.
However, you can hear a commotion coming from outside the door to this room.
And there's nothing that can be done anymore.
Oh no,
Let's see if
he's
we
not
can
the best
find-
polar bear.
Yeah. We need a way down.
You
Let's
also
go.
notice as you're looking around that all of the security cameras that were posted all over the place, the red lights on them are no longer blinking.
Oh.
So it looks as though Willie did something right.
That is a sign.
It is. Sign for something, but it is still a sign, as you said before. Alright, I think we need to start heading down. It was, I think, in a basement. So let's try and find our way down there.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see here. There. So you find your way around the center spoke of this downstairs. You have passed by the grand staircase that leads to the upstairs, and you find an elevator that will take you to the lower basement.
Is it just like a push button?
It is. It's like an old-timey, like, brass-gated elevator that you can climb inside of and press a button, and it will take you down. However, it is only big enough for one of you at a time.
I think
So,
you need to go first.
Who goes and who stays, and then who's going second?
Person in the douchebag's clothes goes first.
Which douchebag? The one which I karate chopped, or the one which I kicked in the nuts?
Right, they're all douchebag. No, the rich one.
Okay, so me. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're the boss, so
But no. when you get down there, you're the boss. To the people, you're the boss.
I'm the
Alright.
boss.
Yeah.
I'm the boss. Yeah.
To you, I'm the boss, but to them, you're the boss. All right?
I'm the boss.
You're the bear.
In a hot tub. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You're the
ooh.
bear. Remember, you took that boss down. All right? You're a good bear. You're getting your way to redeeming yourself, buddy. Just so you know, you're being a good bear right now. You got
Guess
this.
I have. Do I know how this elevator works? Or do I just stand in there like?
You're not really all that sure how an elevator works. However,
Don't make me regret this.
the buttons are lit up. The buttons that are in there, it is not like a regular up and down button. It is a 9-pad series of buttons, and they are all pictures.
Oh.
Which one did we want? Because I was ready to do charades. Not gonna lie. Should we do the bottom row?
Yeah.
Was that
Yeah.
like a Stein, a B?
What was the third one? Honey?
You've got the sheet in front of you on your clipboard.
I'm gonna check it real quick. I'm gonna consult the sheet.
Okay, so the bottommost one was a Stein, a B, and then a honeycomb.
Oh, we got it.
Yeah.
So I hit those three.
Stein, B, honeycomb, and the door closes, and it begins to go down. And you
Gotta
see
practice my queen way.
it disappear from view.
Elevator
So-
music.
Cherry, you hear a voice behind you. Very interesting, isn't it? It's the only one of its kind this side of the country. There's an old man behind you that looks very much like the young man that you had encountered in the distillery.
If he's busy with other people, I'm just gonna sort of like.
He's
side
talking
step.
to you.
Oh, is he talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was like showing
So,
whatever.
You said he looked just like douchebag I kicked in the nuts.
It's birthday boy.
You're a little quiet for me, Mike. For
There is
everyone.
nothing about me that is little. Is that any better?
Yeah,
If I move the mic closer?
yeah,
If I move the mic closer to the mic?
yeah.
What if I
I-
talk like this?
What if I talk like this?
So could you please repeat what he said again?
Fascinating, isn't it? It's the only one of its kind this side of the country.
I look at him and I just go.
Ah. Are you a new one that they've brought on? You look like my ex-wife. Forgive me. Augustus Honeybeard, I do not believe that we have been introduced.
Mm.
He extends a hand out to you.
Sure.
Is that Norwegian? As I thought it might be. That it sounds vaguely Norwegian.
Jerry the Norwegian black bear.
I love bear shrugs. I love. Yeah, okay, sure. Would you like to see the vault? It is something to behold.
Oh.
I need to see the vault. But that's whale speak. Wrong game for this. Wrong game.
You could just nod.
Yeah.
I so hope I went to the right floor.
Oh, if you went to the right floor, this is gonna go amazingly.
So he walks over and knocks his cane up against the wall, and a panel sort of a hinged panel sort of opens up, and there's a selection of buttons inside. And he sort of presses a couple of them in there, and then yes, that should do it. And he closes it, and you hear a rattling thunk as the elevator begins to make a climb back upwards very quickly. So cutting over to necessities. Necessities, you have reached the bottom of the elevator shaft, and you are now standing in what looks to be a long corridor. The walls are decorated with artwork, and about every 40 feet or so, there's a security camera. The floor is covered in gold inlaid tiles and rich golden fabric that makes it look as though the floor is covered in some sort of artificial honeycomb. At the far side of the hallway stands an armed guard and a dog.
Oh, shit.
And the door to a very massive vault. So what are you doing?
Just gonna lean casually up against the wall, wait for the elevator. You know, like one leg kind of bent up against it, just lean back, arms crossed.
Yeah, the elevator
Trying to be cool.
The elevator closes behind you and begins to make an ascent back up.
Yeah, well, that's what I would expect because my boss is coming down.
So are you going to wait here? Is that your plan?
Yep. Waiting for my boss.
Okay, so necessities, you are waiting here in the hall for Cherry. Bubbles, you are now done loading every ounce of honey in that distillery that you can possibly fit inside of a regular-sized Winnebago.
Excellent. That's near enough because it only just crashed through the fence. I look at my job, well done. Like, I'll pick that up on the way out because I'm a very good driver.
There's also a lot of honeycomb and fresh honey that's stuck to the grill of the Winnebago, so
that's like a tasty, cheeky extra. That's what we call like driver's privilege.
Right.
GM. All right, I'll go get the lift fork as instructed, and head to the back door of the main house. Because as far as I know, everything is kosher.
Okie doke.
Oh, did I hear any of the rifle fire above?
Yes, about the same time that you had loaded up the last of the honey, you heard the air cracking sound of a rifle, followed by the return of the helicopter.
Oh shit. Yeah,
and probably from your perspective, you would be able to see Willie parkouring his way over to the other roof. though you would not be able to see him dive into the window on the into the next house.
Goddess bless that shit stained polar bear. All right. Sorry, just making myself laugh now. Okay.
This heist is just going downhill fast.
Yeah.
Well, as far as I know, if that's in trouble, I should tell the boss no that there's somebody with a rifle. That's bad. So I will take the forklift. Beep 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 beep, and just like back up to the back of the house, and then I'll go in.
Okay. So you are now parked on the back veranda.
Yeah.
He seems so confident, like, yep.
Great, that's exactly what I wanted. This is where I needed to be.
I will, when I get there, I will try to sniff out Cherry and Necessities. I'll go full bear and just try to figure out where they are.
Okay. Willie, you are promenading through the top floor of this house, dressed as King Louis.
Louis. Oh,
Well,
no.
you've got to have King Louis if you're going to have the bare necessities.
That's true.
So, Tom, what are you doing?
Is there anything interesting on this floor?
On the second floor, there are several bedrooms that are decorated very nicely. You find that there's one room that's occupied. There's a young girl, probably about 12 to 13 years old, that is asleep in one of the beds, snuggled up very close with about 30 teddy bears.
Does she have golden locks?
She does have golden locks.
I read this horror story. It did not end
And
well.
rosy pink cheeks and a frilly white gown.
I move downstairs.
Okay.
You're supposed to kill the little girl. That's the moral of that story. My mother told me.
And then
Shitty little girl breaks into your house. You eat her.
Eat your food, destroys your chairs.
Yeah. Otherwise, they'll get ideas and come back.
Right?
It's a morality lesson for young bears.
Feels of morality. Okay, so you head down the stairs into the main floor of the house, and as you descend the stairs, you hear a lot of commotion from the people that are just over the rail in the ball or in the ballroom. I want to say in the ball gown, but that doesn't make sense. They're in the ballroom. So as they are all looking up the stairs at you, and they begin to applaud.
It's a it is just a polar bear thing. We can just
They're interchangeable. They're interchangeable. These polar bears. They're all the same. Very regal.
Rawr, rawr, rawr. Rawr, rawr. As I step down.
As you step down into the ballroom, you're greeted with just astounding amounts of applause. So much applause that you can't hear anything from outside. So you can't tell whether or not the helicopter has gone away again. One of the party goers, an elderly woman, comes over and wraps her arm around the back of you and squeezes your butt.
I lick her face.
Oh, you're such a cheeky devil! Look at you.
Oh
it would smell so bad.
I never thought that I'd get to see you wearing that outfit again. You're just a right one, aren't you? You look so good at it. Oh, bless your heart. Bless it.
Rawr.
Oh, we got a bit of the animal in us today, don't we?
Rawr.
Gotta get a bit of the animal in her. She plays her cards right.
That's probably the worst thing said tonight. And I killed a kid, so I killed a kid, and Willie's covered in shit. But that's the worst line of the night.
Okay, so as you make your way into the ballroom, the roaring crowd sort of escorts you through to the head of this long table. And for a moment, you think they're going to seat you there, but then they seat you instead in front of a piano.
You got this.
Augustus, you have to do it again for us. You have to play the concerto just like you used to. The whole crowd goes silent, and they all move over to take seats.
You're a thief. Steal the show.
Can I use my thief skill for this?
Sure, I'll let you do that. Okay.
Okay.
Dexterous hands. Sure, that's how that works.
Yeah.
It's as smooth as picking a lock.
Just roll that. Just do it for me and see what happens.
Do I roll criminal?
It'll be criminal.
Okay. With advantage or regular?
Well,
No,
since you're rolling.
Well,
thief,
I rolled 3, so I'm good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that doesn't matter either way.
Yeah.
With advantage, I've already hit it though.
So we're gonna cut over for just a moment across the house to Augustus and Cherry, who are standing in front of the elevator as it dings and opens up. Come quickly! And then you hear the sounds of piano playing from across the house. The most beautiful piano concerto you've ever heard. Take up the air as the door to the elevator closes. And the old man goes and tweaks his finger in his ear and goes, "Blasted thing is always acting up on me. It's like somebody's playing the piano in the other room, and I'm the only one who plays the piano in the whole house." And the elevator descends. Yes, Willie, you perform not just well, but crazy well. As though you, in fact, have been taught piano in some sort of other life. The sound sort of rolls out of the piano in the most beautiful concerto that has ever been played. You look out into the crowd, just sort of casually, and see that many of them are recording the performance. Several of them are in tears. The old woman that escorted you up there has fainted.
She couldn't bear it anymore.
From outside of the house, you hear the uproarious sound of helicopter blades coming to a standstill as the helicopter lands just outside the apiary, and a half-naked man in a ginger beard and hair that is sticky with honey and bear shit comes up, holding a rifle in one hand, his fist clenched in the other, and approaches you, the chauffeur.
Okay. Oh.
"I need all the men that I can get. You need to come with me."
When in doubt, growl.
And I sort of doff my hat a little bit and like...
And he all but kicks the door in and is now in the kitchen and begins to stalk his way through the house. Back over to Cherry, Necessities, and Augustus. You have now come to the lowest level of the house. You are in the basement. And as you make your way out of the elevator, you see Necessities that is standing there, dressed identically to Honeybeard the Younger. Augustus sort of walks out, cane in hand, and looks really confused at Necessities for a moment.
I'm gonna walk right up to Necessities and just look at him, and then look at the old man and be like,
Yes,
And
yes, we get that all the time. You should have told me if you were going to be down here. I'm just... You know, Larry, it's not right for you to just act like you've taken over already. You don't actually get control of the damn business until tomorrow.
I'll just kick the ground a bit.
Fine, if you're here, you're here. I was going to show this one around and check out the vault. I suppose it is a good thing you're here. I don't even have my key on me anymore. You still have the key, right?
No.
Well, off with you then.
I'll start leading the way through. Well, I'll look at Cherry first and just casually walk off. Oh, fuck, there's a dog.
So Honeybeard is going to make his way down the hallway. And are you going to stop when you get to the edge? Are you going to, or when you get to the door, or are you going to like say anything to the guards? What are you doing?
Before we get to the guards, I'm going to pretend I just pulled a hammy and lean up against the wall and just tell them to go on. Just,
You know, it's not very good for you to go this long without water, son. You need to drink as much water as possible, otherwise you're just going to keep having these. You can't drink nothing. You can't drink nothing but mead all day. It's just bad for you. So Honeybeard marches up to the gate, or to the vault door, and knocks on it sort of casually, sort of playfully, and looks over at the guard. Well, you're gonna let us in or not? And the guard just go, I mean, we're not supposed to let anyone in during the festival. Calm down. Who's in charge here? And he looks back and forth between Honeybeard and Necessities, and then quirks his brow.
I'll point to Honeybeard, the actual human Honeybeard.
Right. Well, I suppose it's you, sir, but it seems, I mean, you're the one who said we weren't allowed to open it. Oh, I was I? And then who's the one telling you to open it now? He swallows hard and produces a long chain attached to a ring of keys. I'm sure it's here somewhere. It's just there's so many keys. As it happens, Necessities, you have the key.
Oh. Should I pull the key out? I'll look at Cherry. Should I stick it over?
Wait. I have an idea. Give it to me.
I guess you're the boss.
Okay. So, Cherry, you have the key now?
Yeah, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sort of let it slide down my leg and land on the floor as quiet as possible. Then I'm gonna kick it over towards the guard.
Okay.
And see if it lands beside him.
Okay, roll criminal for me, because this is like a stressful thing.
Okay. Oh boy. No. I need a 2.
What'd you get?
A 5.
That did not go well.
No.
Okay, so you essentially you take the key. That you don't require a roll for. Necessities hands you the key, and then you just sort of chuck it on the floor and then kick it as hard as you can, and it slides and skids along the floor and then bangs up against the door and then off of the guard. And when you do that, the dog begins barking.
And I'm motioning over to the key and then the guard, and I'm offended. It's like, how could the guard just drop the key?
So can we speak English or not?
You cannot. There's no words that you can say in the English language. You can, however, make a criminal roll in order to try and get a message across that is still bare, but you think sounds human. And if it succeeds, it might be something they understand.
Well, as Cherry's failed all that, I'm just going to completely fall to the ground, just clutching my stomach and screaming out in pain. Let's just sell this shit. I'm hoping to yell loud enough that it stops the dog from barking.
Okay.
I wish I had the terrify skill.
We are going to go back upstairs now. So Larry Honeybeard and Bubbles are now stalking their way through the house, past all of the freshly laid food out in the dining room, around the grand staircase, past the elevator, and now they hear music.
Should I maybe move up from a point from criminal into bear, given that shit is really hitting the fan right now?
I don't think so yet.
Okay.
But as you hear the music, Larry begins to tiptoe as though he's now on the hunt. And slowly, slinkingly approaches the huge French doors that lead into the ballroom. And you now can plainly see Willie dressed in this elaborate garb at a piano, playing the most beautiful concerto that you've ever heard. And Larry is now leveling a rifle at him.
As I'm done, I move backwards, I do this, I pull a chain and let a bucket of water splash on me.
Awesome. Yeah, so it splashes over you. And as you are leaned back to pull the chain, you hear the sound of gunfire as a bullet streaks past where your head used to be and now through the huge stained glass window on the other side of you. And it immediately brings everybody to their attention, and they begin to shriek and scream and yell, and chaos ensues. Now you can put a point in a bear.
Me too.
Yeah, absolutely. Row. Row.
I don't know.
Gee, Scoop,
This
we better get
heist
out of
is-
here.
His house is gone.
I want to... God damn it. I go for the elderly woman that squeezed my butt.
Yes.
I pick her up into my bare arms.
And she wraps her arms around you and just cowers in your arms.
Honey.
Oh, Augie. Oh, you haven't held me like this in years.
I mean, her head's right next to the shit stain.
At least there's a layer of clothes.
You
Love conquers all.
You smell so animalistic.
I told you she wants the animal in her. I told you.
It's that musk.
I kind of like move her so that she's between me and the rifle.
The yeah.
At this point, everyone in the room is pretty much convinced that you are Augustus Honeybeard, except for his son.
And I point at the hunter and
Yeah.
go, "Arr!"
And you're able to hear the muffled, confused calls of the people in the room as they're trying to make out exactly what the hell is going on. One of them says, "He's obviously in shock. He can't even say real words." As a group of large men begin to move towards Larry.
Help!
Back downstairs.
Oh,
Has
no.
Larry got clothes on?
Larry is wearing nothing but a pair of white linen boxer shorts and carrying a rifle, and he's covered in a mixture of what looks to be bear shit and honey. Okay, so back downstairs. Cherry, your plan to kick this key over is not going quite as well as it was. However, necessities, your massive roar has got the guard dog spooked. And it is now no longer sort of angrily growling at you. It is instead now yipping at you as though you're something that's not supposed to be there. And the guard is looking at the dog going, "What is it, boy? What's wrong?"
I'm clutching my stomach like it's a stomach ache.
And Honeybeard is looking over at the dog and then looking back at you and then back at the dog and kicks at the dog and waves his cane. "You best know who your manners are. You best know who the ones that are treating you the way they do. You're not allowed to act like that around us." "Boy, get up off the ground."
I slyly climb up.
He collects the key from the ground and shoves it into the lock and turns it. And you hear tumblers whirring and clicking and spinning. And the door opens.
We did it.
As the lights inside the vault turn on, you are
Stop
greeted.
crying.
You are greeted with the sight of there are multiple large barrels, like the kind of barrels that would be used for making kegs, that are just like filled to the brim with sugar crusted honeycomb pieces. There are just piles upon piles of fresh cut honeycomb, still gooey with the natural nectar that lays within, over on one wall, held within a large trough that has free flowing honey moving through it. On the opposite side, like soldiers are stood 6 foot tall bears filled with honey. And there are 3 large barrels that appear to be marked with the signs that they are freshly distilled private reserve mead. On the far side of the room, there are a pair of stills that are set up to distill this private reserve. And on a pedestal, there is a bottle of the Pangean Mead that you were told about. One of a kind, ultimately the most rare thing in the honey world. Now come
I see.
inside. Come inside.
Are we after all of this? Or just that bottle?
Let's wait for the
Okay.
for the
Oh, I keep rubbing my stomach like.
From down here, all of a sudden, you hear gunshots. Immediately, the guard dog and the guard run off.
Well, that makes it easier.
I go and open my arms like I want to give my dad a hug.
Don't do
Honey-
it.
Honeybeard rolls his eyes and wraps his arms around you.
I'd kind of do what Jay did earlier and I'd crush you.
Don't do bubbles. Don't do a bubbles.
As you begin to squeeze as hard as you can, you feel him squeeze hard back as well. It's almost like a tug of war between the two of you as to who's going to pass out first.
He's a
Can I
werebear.
come in and hug them too?
I'm sorry.
What did you say?
Can I go there and hug them too?
You can go in there and hug them too.
From the father's side.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so you both are now sandwiching Honeybeard in this big bear hug.
It's so bad.
And you can hear the popping sound of his arms and the troubled sound of his breathing.
Oh God. Oh God.
Oh,
We ruined this fun, wholesome game about bears. We ruined it. We took a piss on it. It's a shit stain, just Willie.
How old is this guy?
100.
Yeah, this is his 100th birthday.
He's 100 and he almost crushed me. Fucking hell.
all that honey.
He is now sandwiched between the both of you, and he is trying very hard to say something, but the words can't come out. All you hear is gurgling.
And I let go.
And he collapses in a heap on the floor.
You should
Only-
probably take his clothes.
Only just barely breathing,
You should
both
take his
arms
clothes.
dislocated.
Because then no one would doubt us. We are the two people in charge of this household.
Yeah, you're right.
You've seen
I'm
how he
so
acts.
old. But yeah. For the old man, it's probably like. I take his clothes.
You're gonna have to fight him for him.
Oh my god.
Oh, can I? I'm tough. Can I just kick him in the head?
As you have let him loose on the floor, he is now trying to push his arms back into their sockets.
Oh.
What is this guy?
Do I have
Werebear.
to roll bear or would it be bear to like rough?
That would be Bear to roughhouse with him.
Slash
Okay.
at his throat. Show him his
Oh!
balls.
Oh really? I failed.
Yeah, you're not bear enough for this.
I rolled a 6.
Yeah, no. So you roll and you're unable to attack him effectively. You rush at him and then immediately go "Arr," and back up.
Can I use my muscle?
As he turns and looks at you, and the sheer steely look in his eyes is one that makes you want to back down.
I remember
this something-
this. Back. Sorry, just I remember back when I used to be a show bear. They used to give me that look. When I did something wrong, they gave me that look when I stole their honey. That's why they kicked me out and they had that same look.
Is this something I can hit him over the head with?
Yeah, you could try and hit him over the
Multiple
head.
times until he stops moving?
I mean, you can hit him over the head with a lot of things. This room is full of stuff.
Oh, I don't want to do that really nice bottle.
We are the worst. We are terrible bears.
Uh-huh.
So this is a 2d6 because I'm tough.
Okay.
This will be criminal.
Okay.
They're both under until he stops moving.
Okay. Yeah. So what are you gonna pick up? Like one of the giant bears?
Bludgeon him with another bear.
No, is this something that I can just fit in one paw and just like?
I mean, there are two large kegs.
I feel so bad.
You could try and shove him inside of one of them.
I don't want to wreck his clothes though.
You could hit him over the head with a barrel.
Let's do that a few
Okay.
times.
Okay. So as he's there, sort of trying to pop his arms back into their sockets, you pick up a large barrel filled with mead and begin to bludgeon him profusely.
This is just like that picnic
His-
basket all over
His
again.
face is now bruised and swollen, and he does not appear to be moving anymore.
Just one more hit for good luck. And then I'm just gonna sit down.
Okay. All right. So who's going to undress him and who is going to start looting the room?
Well, I'm in clothes, so
You're
Should we-
okay. You're
should we just
stronger.
speed up the undressing? Just to
Yeah,
make sure
Let's do it together. Let's do both together.
Okay.
you
So
can take the pants.
what are you going to do first?
Undress him first so that we can dress up as, or yeah, like dress up as the royal rich boys.
Okay. As you undress him, you find that beneath the clothes, he is covered in a thick pelt of fur.
He's a bear. That's probably why he could crush me back.
He is a panda bear.
Well, we've already sent one of these out before.
Is that why we could understand him very well?
It's probably why he crushed me back.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, this is good because we didn't just hurt an old man.
We just hurt one of our kind.
You hear him under his gurgled hard breaths. Which of course in bear means I can't believe you turned on me. I was so nice to all the bears and you left me for dead.
We haven't left you yet.
He can't see or hear you. You've bludgeoned him.
Can I put my paw over his mouth?
Until he
Just-
stops breathing. Like at this point, it's just barely hanging on.
Wait. Are we saying Augustus was a bear?
Augustus
Yeah.
is a bear. He's still a bear.
Yeah, he is a bear. We bludgeoned him,
I've been saying
dislocated his shoulders,
I've been
and now I'm
saying
suffocating him.
Guys, wait.
Yeah. No.
Jay doesn't have any sound.
Gotcha.
Can you hear us now?
Cool.
Okay.
Let's continue then.
Okay.
We need a fall guy, and this guy's pretty much dead.
I mean, he fed us for a long time. He fed us bears and took care of us. If we leave him like this, people are just gonna think, "Oh, look, it's a bear!" and they're gonna kill him.
But they won't know it's him because you'll be dressed up as him.
But that's the point. Once I
And he
leave,
can
there's
still
no-
feed us for a long time. And I gesture to the vault. His sacrifice. Well, not voluntarily sacrificing himself. We've gone this far, he's gonna die.
Well, I'll be. Does he? Ah, you know what? Fuck it. He's hurt.
Do I finish suffocating him? Or? I'll finish suffocating the panda bear.
Okay. And as you
This is so bad.
as you finish suffocating Augustus Honeybeard, he looks dead on in your eyes, Cherry, and says, "Remember that last job we pulled?"
Get off! Get off! Get off! Get off him! Get off him! Get off him! Get off him!
And then he's gone.
Oh!
He tried desperately to have a flashback in his last moments.
His whole life was a flashback in his final moment.
All right.
Okay, so
We gotta get-
he is now out of commission.
Oh.
Cherry's gonna dress up as him, and we're gonna use him as our scapegoat if we need a bear.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you can't get into the business we get into without breaking a few bones.
Or dislocating some shoulders. And let's put that outfit you were in on him, so he was that tricky distillery worker.
Yeah.
Okay, so back up top, the Larry Honeybeard and Bubbles are being rushed at by a bunch of concert goers. Okay.
Jade, try talking now.
So,
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
can
can
hear
hear
you.
okay, cool.
So Larry looks back at you and says, "The elevator. We'll make for the vault. They'll never get us there."
I want to quickly do a flashback
Okay.
to our planning stage.
Okay.
Um,
So you're all together.
yeah, no, where I'm young, I'm good at languages, where I was desperately practicing my ability to speak human, in case, this sort of situation occurred.
Right.
So I can slide down slightly in bear and give myself something. I give myself something in criminal
Okay.
because I was at like 4 bear and 1 criminal. So not good.
Right. Not great. Not great odds.
No, and back in the present, I just look at him, and look at the people charging us, like, he is gone mad, and I grab the rifle off Larry, and like one hand on the stock, one hand on the barrel, and I crack him in the face with it.
Okay. Make a bear roll.
Okay, just the one
Barrel roll.
Do a barrel roll.
Nope.
Okay. So you grab onto the rifle with both hands and try to wrest it from his grip.
I wasn't
it's-
trying to pull it off him, just smack him in the face with it while he was holding it, but
Yeah, same difference. You try to smack him with it, but his strength is too much, and you're unable to push it out of his control. And he instead goes and reels and smacks the butt of the gun into your head, and yells, "They're all after me! All of them want my money! They all want it!" And makes a run for the elevator.
I run after him.
yeah, no, me too.
Okay.
Son.
The elevator door closes, and you can see him within the elevator as it begins to descend.
Is there like an emergency stairwell?
There is no other way to get down here except through the elevator. Really poor emergency planning, honestly.
Yeah, can I rip the gate off it and just jump down the shaft afterwards?
Yeah.
If Willie is there to help.
Yeah,
I think if the two of you work together, you could do it.
Okay, so we both rolling bear.
Yes.
Ha!
Got it.
1.
3.
Awesome. So yes, you both grip onto it with front paws and pull, and the thing pops right out of its place. So you're now able to see just an open elevator shaft.
How fast is the elevator moving? How far down is it?
It's moving pretty fast, but it's not very far down yet. It's only about maybe 25 feet.
Jump down on top of it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are you? You're a grizzly bear?
Yeah, about 750 pounds on average.
I was about to check how much that was.
The polar bear is more.
Is the polar bear also jumping on top?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's probably like 1.5 metric tons. Just
yeah,
slammed
I was gonna
on
say,
top of the
damn,
elevator.
that's a lot of weight. All right. So, back downstairs. We'll catch up with that in a second. You two are now free to move about the vault.
Right. I think we need to just get everything we can possibly carry out of here and next to the elevator so that we can get it all ready for the lift fork.
Fuck. The elevator's the only way out. This is gonna take. How are we gonna get through the house?
Through the...
House.
For the house.
Was the elevator close to the back door?
No, the elevator is in the middle of the house.
We walk through the dining area, the murder room, the kitchen, and then the back door.
I think what we can do is you can go up there and get
You're the
everybody's
birthday boy.
attention. Oh. Yes! Wait, I can go up
The
there.
birthday boy.
As the birthday boy, I can go up there and I can just get everybody's attention. And you're strong. You can carry everything from here out of the elevator and to the back. You can take it all back and have it all be ready for the lift fork, and then we can take it all to the Winnebago.
So how many 6-foot bears are there in here full of honey? Not counting the dead panda or us.
There are 3, 6, 9.
Oh, are they the ones up top?
Yeah.
And what's this yellow statue? This isn't a person, is it?
Oh, that is one of the stills, actually. There are 2 distinct stills. One of them on the top up here is a still that provides a straight feed of honey wine. And the other one is a very private reserve that is a honeyed stout.
Ooh.
Do you think there's a secret way out of here? Maybe we probably should have asked the old guy before we killed him.
You're the brains. If you want to try and roll a criminal check, you might be able to figure something out.
Because didn't he know you?
Yeah.
He said he did.
Did you know him?
Can I?
I'll pick
I
up
don't
the
know.
head. Hello.
Maybe if you do a flashback.
Yeah, I'm gonna think back to the flash. I'm gonna make a flashback to sort of
The
think
last time
about-
you ran a job with him.
yeah, to see if I
The
can
last time you
remember.
ran a job with a panda.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the last time you ran a job with a panda was there was a panda in the circus with you, who was their strong man act. Used to bench press Volkswagens.
That guy got a lot of attention away from me.
He always talked about, though, how he wanted to get out of show business because he just wanted to settle down and set up a business that would help all bears.
What an asshole.
Are you telling me the story, or are you just saying what an asshole for no reason?
I like that one better. I
I
like
haven't
that
done
you...
anything wrong.
No, not you. This guy.
Why? What did he do?
Always so pretentious. Saying he wanted to get out of the circus so that he can help bears and stuff. But then what did he do? He got old and he stopped helping us. Such a liar.
Oh my god.
So, any secret
Do I-
exits?
Do I move a point to criminal?
Yes, you would now move a point from bear to criminal. Do you want to make a criminal check now to try and... Okay,
Please.
go ahead and roll.
I rolled a 6.
Buddy.
Awesome. Yeah, so no, nothing about this place looks like it could be helpful at all. It's all just like a bunch of crap. Why would you ever ask me if I knew how to get out of a vault?
There's obviously one way out, and it's the way we came in.
You're the boss. What happens when this elevator comes crashing down and it's broken? We're fucked.
I can climb. How about you?
Actually,
I can swim. Why is swimming not being used?
hold on. From inside the vault, you hear a screeching groan, followed by the sound of a man yelling, "No, no, 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 no!" And then, boom!
Would we have recognized that voice?
Probably only just recognized it as
I'm stepping to the side because I am him.
as Larry claws his way out of the remainder of the elevator and is now slowly crawling, rifle still in his teeth, trying to get to the vault.
Son.
I think he needs his dad.
I'm just standing there, and I'm gonna speak, but I'm also making bear noises just in case he can understand me. In case he can understand me, because who knows? Mr. Bear here was talking to his family for a long time. So
Willie and Bubbles are there as well now.
Okay, so have we sort of like rolled out of the top of the...
Yeah, you essentially, you crushed the elevator like a Coke can,
Yeah.
and you're now standing on top of it.
Okay.
oh boy. Son.
Can I kick the gun out of his mouth?
Sure.
I do that.
Yeah, you kick it out of his mouth, and it was busted up anyway. The barrel was bent, the stock of it was broken, so it wasn't really going to do a whole lot of good for him, regardless.
What about his teeth?
They are mostly missing. Some of them were sort of still in the body of the gun, like embedded in the wood.
Don't like it. Don't like it.
I take him
We
by
have a way
the.
of turning any G-rated anything into an R rating
We
immediately.
are...
I take him by the collar, and
Okay.
I drag him over to the vault.
He's only wearing pants. He's only wearing boxer shorts.
Oh,
Yes.
Then
by the
I take
You
my
can take him by the
claws.
neck if you wanted to.
I take my claws. I jam them over here under his collarbone and drag
Oh.
him.
Oh,
We were never this
Oh.
mean to any human so far in this game, and then you just come through.
poor Larry.
I
All
walk
right.
out and wave at him.
Great. So you're now dragging Larry along with you like he's a six-pack of beer, and
Time to just pop him.
right,
Oh.
and Cherry and Necessity, you can plainly see Willie dressed up as King Louis.
Dragging a naked Larry. Pretty much.
Right.
I feel sorry for Larry because what's he see? He sees me as him.
Right. He sees a very not him, but also him.
I open one of the barrels.
Okay. One of the
I
barrels of mead.
yeah.
Okay.
I shove him in, and I close it.
And you hear as the wood top goes in place, you hear no.
That's for my friends.
So we won't be taking that barrel with us then.
Probably not.
We should go because things got really bad upstairs and we kind of broke the elevator. So I don't know.
Elevator's the only way out.
Oh, I got an idea. Like, I can float. I've done that before. What I'd like to do is smash one of the stills
Okay.
so the vault and hallway start filling with liquid
Oh.
Yes.
so we can swim out, like float and swim out up the elevator shaft.
I'm good at swimming.
As you smash one of the stills, which one are you picking? Are you picking the golden one, or are you picking the other one?
Whiskey's
step-
probably better to float in
Probably yes.
than stout. Also, so I smash it and like as I do, I kind of open my mouth to get some.
Which one are we
Right.
breaking?
The bottom one, the gold
The
one.
personal reserve?
You notice when you smash it that the still just falls apart, as the pipe that was coming out of it was not actually part of the still, but is coming from a pipe that leads into a hole in the wall that looks like it was crudely patched with bare hands using crystallized honey.
I'm a genius. I found a way out.
Wait a second.
I
Did
am.
Ruckus know anything about this?
Well, it's a secret, innit? Why does it look like a bear made it though?
Oh, the old guy was a bear.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna take a look
Was.
at the blueprints real quick to see if there's anything about a secret entrance.
And it's
really
very
don't-
believable.
We really need to go because like they're coming because like Larry tried to kill Willie, except like they thought Larry went mad, so maybe we should like get the.
Oh, Willie, what if we take the clothes back off the panda bear, which used to be on Cherry, put them on you, and you put King Louis's clothes on the panda bear, and then Larry was actually trying to kill a bear, and then we're all sweet.
Right, I'm gonna grab the bottle of Pangean
I'm lost.
Mead and start. I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna grab a small keg and start going up the fucking pipe. Like, baby bubbles is out.
Yeah, the the pipe is about probably about 5 by 5 feet.
Okay.
And it has a slow moving flow of mead constantly moving this direction. And as you start to make your way up the pipe at almost like a 45-degree angle,
Yeah.
it eventually levels off.
Okay.
I take something and follow bubbles.
I'd like to say that as I climb up, I kind of have my mouth open so I can lap up mead as I go.
Very grisly, very grisly.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
plan
I'm
to be
gonna-
completely and utterly soothed by the time we get out of this pipe.
Your driver is now leaving.
I'm gonna grab a bunch of the honeycombs
Okay.
and how big are the bears?
The bears are about 6 feet tall.
You have to push
Oh,
it.
okay.
How much do they weigh?
Each bear weighs about 200 pounds.
Mike, I steal the prized possession.
I got that already.
Yep. Bubbles already got the Pangean Mead.
God damn it.
And a small thing of like honeycomb.
Okay,
Right.
I get whatever.
Yeah,
There's a ton of honeycomb around, and there's a ton of honey, and there's a ton of mead and things like that.
Yeah, honeycomb.
Okay. So
Oh.
Actually, wait. I'm gonna sort of cup my hands and go to the pipe and ship name Bubbles.
I yell back. What?
Wait, stay where you are. We can pass everything on. We can get them out. They don't know about us
Yeah.
yet.
It ain't gonna get past you. Just get your ass up the pipe, boss.
Damn it! I'm just gonna grab as much honey as I can. I'm gonna throw it up there. stuff
I
it there.
already filled the Winnebago.
What?
The Winnie is filled to capacity.
Yeah, she doesn't know.
No, I know.
I just told you. What needs full?
I was confirming it.
All the way up, then with whatever I can carry, and I'm just gonna sort of crawl through the pipe.
Okay. That means
I'm
that the
gonna-
last bear standing is necessities. What are you doing?
I'm grabbing the panda Honeybeard,
Okay.
taking the mask off so you can see it's a panda.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit it where that prized possession was.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna grab a 6-foot bear and push it up the pipe.
Okay.
Good shit.
All right. You all make it up the pipe, and you are now underneath a large grate that looks like it heads up into the apiary. With
Are
one
you
fell
serious?
punch, you bust the grate off, and you are now standing in the middle of all of the beehives. It looks as though this was extra drainage in the event that there was, too much water on the field. But who knows? Who knows why there would have been this kind of a very elaborate escape pipe. No-
we could have
nobody
just
would-
gone at this pipe.
Nobody,
the start.
nobody will possibly know because Augustus Honeybeard was murdered.
Head for the Winnebago.
So the Winnebago is right where you left it.
Yep, and I turned the engine over, like waiting for everyone to catch up.
Right. So you're the first one out of the pipe by a long shot because you were the one who made the beeline straight out. Are you going to try and hide that bottle?
Oh, the one I'm carrying.
Yes.
I assume it's like I'll shove it like in my jacket. How big a bottle is it?
It's like a liter.
Okay, then I'll just sort of like shove it down whatever shirt I'm wearing or whatever,
Okay.
just to keep it on me.
So and then right behind you is Willie.
Yeah. As I get,
So Willie, you come up with 2 armfuls of sugar-crusted honeycombs.
I put them somewhere, and
Fill a pillowcase with them.
yeah. Can I see where's the prized possession?
I'm running for the Winnebago, by the way, like, so I can get.
Oh,
the engine
I
going.
assume by this point you were already there, actually. So, if you get to the Winnebago, then you can make a criminal check
Okay.
versus Bubbles' criminal check.
Well, I failed the roll, but if he failed worse,
I got a 5 because I had 1 in bear, and I have 5 in
Criminal.
criminal.
I
So
got a
you
4 in
succeed.
criminal.
Because we made it out.
Mm.
So you succeed. You know for a fact where the Pangean Mead is.
Hey, you don't steal from your friends.
I was carrying it out. I'm happy to share it. I just wanted to get out of the fucking vault, Willie.
At about this point is when Cherry comes out of the pipe. And you hear
And I just sort of,
loud grunting and shouting from inside of the Winnebago.
how? What are you guys fighting about? And I just sort of take everything I have and I'm carrying it over to the Winnebago.
Sherry, at this point, you see that there are lots and lots of vans pulling up from animal control.
You're the old man, remember?
Oh, oh, you guys, just quiet down and just hide in the Winnebago. Just hide. Just stay right there.
A van pulls up and out jumps a news crew. And they immediately begin making their way towards the house, but then see you standing among the beehives. And head for you.
You've learnt well.
So at this point, Necessities, you've come out too. Are you on your way towards the Winnebago?
Well, I've just pushed a 6-foot bear up a pie.
I'm curious. Like you now have a 6-foot honey bear with you. Are you okay? So
I'm gonna move it next to the boss and also wave because we're father and son.
Right, of course, obviously. You
With a 6-foot bear
exactly
between
like
us.
The reporter and the cameraman show up, and they immediately put the microphone in your face. We have gotten reports that there have been shots fired within the mansion. There are bears that are roaming around the grounds, and I've heard that there is at least one casualty. What do you have to say about this, Mr. Honeybeard?
It's Mr. Honeybeard.
I'm just trying my best to imitate human laughter.
I'll just pat the boss on the back and then
They pull the
imitate
microphone
a bear.
They pull the microphone away from old man Honeybeard and go, "Oh, I'm very sorry," and then point it over at young man Honeybeard. Perhaps you can shed more light on this. Your father seems to be, well, concerned.
I'm gonna charade a bear, and then charade a gun, and then point down the hole, and then just go back to consoling the old man Honeybeard.
The reporter sort of nods along as though they understand. The cameraman looks out from behind the camera and goes,
I don't care what the cameraman thinks.
"Nobody cares what the cameraman thinks."
Cameraman.
Well, if you don't have anything poignant to say, then this is definitely going to end up on the 7 News.
I just sort of
I'll
look
flip
at-
him the bird and just walk off. Fuck.
Precisely what we should expect out of the younger.
I grab my
Yeah,
6-foot bear and start walking off.
I watch Necessities walk off to the Winnebago, and I wait till
Hauling a
Necessities.
6-foot honey bear.
yeah, maybe even like putting the honey bear on top of the Winnebago itself.
Right.
I'll wait until everyone's inside basically, and just walk over to the door of it so I can head inside. But then I turn to the news reporters. I take off whatever's covering my head,
Uh-huh.
and I roar really loud at everyone.
Well, there's nobody else out here except for the reporter and the cameraman, who, when you roar, both immediately shriek and fall into the pit going down into the pipe.
That'll teach them to mess with bears. Let's get out of here. Come on.
And
Please
you
tell me
slam
you
the door
stop.
to your Winnebago, and you're now on your way out of here with your prized possessions. Congratulations on a successful honey heist. Far more murder than I expected you paid.
We only killed one person, one bear.
No, you
Yeah.
definitely probably killed more people than that.
A karate chop.
So you've
It
likely
just-
killed 2 parties, possibly more than that, depending upon how badly injured they were from inside of the warehouse.
Oh,
I
and
mean,
then there's
You literally drowned 2 guys in a barrel of mead.
who was the second?
There were the 2 guys that you knocked out that you then put in front of them, or put in front of the barrel and turned the spigot on after you.
Oh,
had
yep, that's right. That's right. And then there's
There is only a certain amount of alcohol
Yeah.
that the human body should take in before it starts to not like that.
And there's that guy I put in the vents who's
Right.
probably dead.
Oh
Right?
So-
my
If,
because he
if
god.
won't
he's
be
not dead now,
found.
he's gonna be.
4 humans, 1 bear. I think we did all right.
Humans kill bears all the time.
Yeah,
Oh.
I saw the. You
Well,
could have killed Goldilocks, but you didn't. So
Congratulations, everybody, on a
Hey!
successful
Cheers for
honey
that.
heist.
happy
Thank
birthday.
Happy
Thank you
birthday,
very much.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Thank
Happy
you.
Thank
birthday.
you for anyone who decided to watch this ridiculous fiasco.
Yeah. And catch us next week, I
Friday.
believe.
Yeah. Next week we'll be doing Uara as usual, so you'll get to see the second Breakfast Club in action.
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh my god.
Barry,
Oh.
Barry, wanna plug in anything?
Is there anything?
Wednesday afternoon, I'm in another one-shot scratch running. I think it's at 3 or 3:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Awesome.
Where
So
can
back
people
with the
find
Straticus
you?
Academy.
Back with
Where can
Scratch.
people find you online?
Damn it, Barry, for Twitter and Twitch. I think that's all the social media. Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Dope.
Awesome.
Well,
Cool.
I'm so thankful that everyone tuned in that did. As usual, I am Mike, and I have been your GM. And is it Friday yet?
For me, it is.
Bye.